Hello. Wow. I thought they were clean. They were not. I was lied to. Okie dokie. Give me a second. Possibly suspicious. You can't join the Discord. I'm just keeping an eye on it. Okay. Hello. Holy nose. I do have a big nose. It's true. Oh, it's very. I put my light on. I guess I do. But 4 minutes of chair content. We're in the process of losing Cookie to the gacha machine. What happened to him? Oh yeah, you are also disappeared. Whoops. This will stop happening once Enfield is out and I don't have to record daily Enfields every day anymore. Coding? You have to coding a simulation? What is going on with Cookie? He's fucking losing it, apparently. Oh, is he trying to, like, simulate the Enfield gacha or something? Like, trying to math out, like, expected values or some shit? He started vibe coding with ChatGPT to compare gacha results. Okay, so that is what it was. Fair enough. Gone too far. Thing is, not even unusual. I've actually seen multiple people do that for different games where, yes, they have like a simulator where they put in all the stuff. Except the thing is, with most of the other gacha systems, it's fairly easy to actually like simulate it essentially because the systems are overall quite simple and straightforward. Enfield's is a weird fucking conglomeration of different things, which makes it very tricky, I think, to like make a good simulator for it, unless you're just really good at it. So trying to vibe code it with ChatGPT, iCubic, is and yes, there is -1 dumb on Telegram. One of the, or probably the sort of the, who's been kind of the most apparent, consistent Enfield leaker or data miner. Got hit by a cease and desist. Fucking rip bozo. Good riddance. Nothing of value was lost. Cookies deduced there's actually a point to building a little pity, like 25 or something, because statistically it results in you getting 2 6 stars before the 120 guarantee. Your statistics are cool and all, which those will only matter, okay? The thing with, you know, statistics is that they will matter, like, I don't know, across 4 years of playing the game and doing like 1,500 rolls. Then your statistics might matter. In the moment though, might not matter. Your statistic of have a 25 pity or something does not matter when you get unlucky 2 banners in a row and you didn't save up 120 rolls or whatever. Hermes GPT. Got a Huddle Cup. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, right, yeah, no, because yeah, statistically it results in you getting 2 6 stars before the 120. Okay, now I actually read it better, yes. Yeah, indeed. Like, yes, there's indeed the whole thing of like, yeah, you can, if you have a bit of pity left over, then yes, it's likelier that you'll get 2 6 stars before 120, yeah. Because obviously right now, the way that it is that you're, most likely you're not hitting another guarantee pity, like a normal pity before 120. Leaker who didn't even try to crop our UIDs. Fucking completely unsurprised. Wouldn't happen to a beast like me. Who cares about 6 stars? The Arknight is 5 star. You're gonna get us so cheap in Enfield. Think how to until 290. Ooh. Ooh. And yeah, it's pretty difficult to indeed optimize unless unless you're whaling, right? Unless essentially you're just whaling to always get like whatever you want, then you can start optimizing because you can try and save a little bit of something if you like functionally have infinite rolls, if you always just have enough money and whale power to always get what you want anyway, then you can like start optimizing in weird ass ways. So, but then also if you have that much money and you're gonna whale, you probably don't care anyway to optimize because you're whaling. Thank you, Lauren. At least it works for someone. I'm surprised you can sleep to my voice, but I guess with Arknights there's also no loud sounds in the story itself too much, which helps. ASMR streamer. I'll start doing lo-fi Arknight story readings. Rather plan another trip abroad. I mean, that is also true. Where is my game? There. It's Scandinavian. I start blasting Scandinavian metal. There it is. Also, I didn't realize that, like, yeah, the way that this works is not that you have like a daily thing, you like daily sort of attempts or whatever. You get the like resource to do more of these from stage farm. Really don't enjoy this minigame. It's kind of, it does take a while, and like, I mean, really it's just sort of, you click on up number until you get to like turn 9 or something and then leave. It's kind of cool for like the first time. It grows old like very quickly, I guess. I guess the other summer events have, or at least since Aya Alter, the summer events have that the minigame doesn't have like a limit. But then you also do need a lot of points to actually finish off the rewards, and there is quite a bit in there. Yeah, it's very brain dead. It's like it's not their best. It has like a cool aesthetic and vibe and so on. But other than that, yeah, it's kind of average. Not even average, actually below average for like our summer event mini games. I think someone asked me, where was it? Oh, do you like ATO stories so far? I need to read through it before info drops. That's what I'm doing as well. I think it's, well, I haven't finished yet, but it's like, I don't know. It's not like anything super special in my opinion quite yet, except for some character interactions. There's some very fun character interactions. And like, the vibe and aesthetics are on point. But the story itself so far is nothing too special, like the actual plot of it. Oh, the Twitch TOS have commented, you must not have indicated that you have chats from different platforms. So, the way that I think, unless they've changed it, what the thing was is that you can't have Twitch and like other chats like mixed or whatever. Which is why I have them in two separate ones instead of like blended chat. Because at least at one point that was like the line. And also, yeah, like you have to get noticed anyway. But at least at some point I believe that the line was actually having, do you have the chats in like the same thing? While indeed I have them actually separated. They're just like on top of each other, you know, back to back. But it actually like is sort of not, they're not actually mixed. They're segregated, even if they're both on screen. Arknights? I think that's how it worked at least at some point, gacha. And I haven't heard that it was changed, but obviously it could have. You fucking never know with Twitch. Also, let's be real, it's not like they're that consistent with their rule enforcing. Sometimes it'll be one thing and then other times it'll be another thing, because they are fucking vague. But that's essentially what I heard, so that's just what I've been going off of. It also just happens to work out anyway, because I have my chat separate anyway. So I don't actually have a thing that would mix them together anyway. I haven't set it up, so. Segregation of chat on MLK Day. That is true, but I'm not American, so it doesn't count. You'll notice if you get banned, tremendous torrent of money will cease. Or, you know, I notice that I can't stream, or I get an email that was banned. And then if I do get banned on Twitch, well, I'm still streaming on YouTube. And I'll be back to Twitch once it's over. Because it's probably going to be like, it would be like a, I don't know, couple day ban maybe, or like a warning. Right? Don't think they'd exactly pull out a fucking perma ban. Instantly. Me who has had no other issues. Even the automated system would not permaban me. Anyway, where were we? We were at 6, yeah, we did SD2, so we're at 6, and then we have 7, we have 6, 7, 8, and then I'm assuming there's, you know, the epilogue node as well. Yeah, Twitch is generally a better chat experience, while YouTube just has better, like, actual video quality and so on. Shush, Baka, shush. Shush. I'll ban you. Okay, I was just checking some messages. What up? Slash marker me? 86. I haven't, not that I've even gone put the timestamps on the VODs anyway, but at least I haven't. Yep. 86. Maelstrom. Dragged in, swallowed, no way out, no escape, nowhere to run. Why run? We don't need to run. Hoshi never runs. Fucking destroyed, apparently. Tired police. Don't just stand there. These scoundrels aren't half as well behaved as the suspect. I'm tired. I know. You're cold tired. You think I'm not? I mean, I really am tired. We and a whole bunch of scum couldn't catch one bloody woman. Me and a whole bunch of scum. She wouldn't touch a hair on our heads. Real scum are the ones she knocked out with her sheath. All of them have a rap sheet 10,000 really long. We're working with these scum against her while she knocks them out one by one. He knows at least. Korato keeps saying it'll get better, but I've been on the job for almost 10 years and I don't see things improving one bit. I guess that's the way that we can, you know, even though the police are kind of under the thumb of Mifune. I don't think Korato is very... Korato is probably just waiting for a chance to put Mifune away. Considering our assumption is that Mifune killed, like, his dad or something. Out of the way, cop. Rude. Shogo. How dare you attack a police? I told you to get out of the way. Fucking knocked out again. Why you? They stare into each other's eyes. Excuse me, officer, may I pass? Or I could commit assault on an officer of the law, or murder. I'm not picky at the moment. Yeah. The officer sighs and stands aside, putting his empty hands where Hoshiguma can see them. His? His? Thanks for Shogo. Repeating broadcast. Ding dong ding, Lingon's department store. Everything you want, you'll find it here, Lingon's department store. Come in, have a pint. We just have the right lager on for an oni like you. Or if you prefer the more traditional stuff, we have a fine collection of emo shochu for you to pick from. Potato wine. I take this, Ojo-san. Out of the way. Well, Starry, looking for the most precious thing on Terra, the stepping stone to happiness? It's another cult. Yeah, they named their shopping center by the gold capital. They essentially named it Paris. The Japanese love their France. Wait, you're the Aoni of Kinsekikai? May I ask where Momoko-san is? Are you a fan, or are you after Mifune's bounty? Neither. I just want to ask a favor. Can I ask you to disappear me like Momoko-san? Maybe that made me. Maybe that'll make me go viral like her. Fucking cloud chasers. It's the Aoni. Can I get a pic? Out of the way. Wait, Aoni-san. They just want autographs and pics. Aoni-san, we're just a drinking establishment. One Morishima Black to go. To go? The Morishima Black production line shut down a few years ago. May I interest you in the newest offering from the same maker? It's their premium line, which I'm sure you'll be happy with. Fine, whatever. Wait. A beer or whatever to go? Is it like a bottle or does she get a glass? Oh, maybe. Oh, never mind. Maybe it's a bottle of like liquor. While the clerk gets the liquor, Hoshiguma stands with her back against the storefront, gazing coldly at the crowd that has begun to gather. The city is a big place, whether it's called Longmen or Mitsukure. The death of one man does not move the heart of a whole city, much less the death of a Yakuza figurehead. One man has died, and he still lives. But the people who still live in the city that they live in has nothing to do with her anymore. She did kind of lose her last reason to care about the city. No one is following. This is a good place. Hoshiguma opens the bottle, and the smell of alcohol gushes out. Just smelling is enough to make her lightheaded. I thought she was strong with liquor. This one's for you, Uncle Tessai. Ugh. Look at this stuff tastes so thin when it's so expensive and the alcohol content is so high. Second time I've drank to someone. First was to my father at my old home. Kaiden chasers must be thrilled about the Aoni, drinking with a dead man. Kaiden. Ah. The story of me and Higashi ended when I chose to step up for what was right, when I really didn't know what it was. It was stupid, even though I survived. Chen, too, faced the same choice. She survived as well, but I still think it's stupid. You should have met Chen Huiche, Uncle Tessai. She's a true Kyo, although they pronounce it a different way in Yan. First is the same thing. Someone who's willing to stand in the way of an army 1,000 strong, armed with nothing more than a sword. Stupid, I believe is the translation. Mitsuko meltdown. Hell yes. This one's to her. But I'm not like her. She's brave, unlike me. Awkward, isn't it? But I'm scared. Can't deny it. I'm not worried about my own life. What about other people? Those I'm trying to protect. What about my home? Honestly, I should just set out for Lungmen right now and never look back. It's a big deal. An LGD officer is suspected of murdering Higashi. That'd make a headache for everybody. From Missy to Mr. Lin to Madame Fumizuki to Mr. Wei. They won't abandon me. I know what kind of people they are, and they know me well. But I caused this. Will my new home suffer for the trouble that I caused? How could I keep calling it home, in that case? Or I could draw my sword and become a real Oni. A killer. Kill Kimben. Kill any of his men who dare draw on me. Kill any police who stand in my way. Turn into a nightmare that roams the streets of Mitsukue. Become a true monster. Become the Kaiden after all. Take vengeance. Go with the tide. Embrace the times. Become the maddest of the revelers and become exactly what he... No, exactly what everyone in Mitsukue wants me to be. It's no way out. Every path leads to a dead end. Is the bottle empty already? Certainly can hold your drink, Hoshiguma-san. Who's there? Slutty detective. Also a dead end? No, Hoshiguma. You are called Hoshiguma the Breacher. You shall breach through the dead end. Where are your men? I came alone. With Uncle Tessai's body. In police possession. Cause of death was a sword wound, but it was not your sword that did the deed. Then why are your men after me? Orders from above. Here to arrest me too? No, I'm here to drink with you. Without waiting for an answer, the policeman sits down on the ground and takes out a small glass from his pocket. He had it ready? Damn, this stuff is strong. Want to try to convince me to come quietly so you can carry out those orders from above? Then get you out of Mitsukue and back to Lungmen. Against the orders of your superiors? Why do you think I had you taken into custody the moment you entered Mitsukue? I would have done the same. The gang leader who had committed a major crime in Lungmen 20 years ago came back. Is that all? What else could it be? The policeman looks straight into Hoshiguma's eyes. When he realizes that Hoshiguma is not joking or hiding anything, he suddenly punches her in the face. Wow! Fair enough. Can't believe you forgot. The dark candidate killed by the Kinseki guy was named Koreto. That was from my uncle. Ah, it was uncle, not dad. Oh, bakayaro. His murder would not have gone ignored all these years if he didn't stupidly claim responsibility for your stupid Yakuza honor. Sorry. Still too late for that. Nothing I can do about Mifune now. Ow. He's in cahoots with one of the most powerful Diet members. How else could a Yakuza have gained so much influence over the police? Best I can do, best the police can do is to let you go, so he won't get what he wants. And Uncle Tessai's death will be nothing more than a footnote in the Aoni Kaiden legend. And the haunted house. And nothing will ever get resolved. Same as it was back then, am I right? Detective Koreto of the Spiritual Affairs Station. Oh, was that a joke, or is he actually part of them? You say you don't want him to get what he wants, but all you're doing is helping him. You think Mifune is behind the Kaiden? You don't sound surprised. Cop is a cop, even if he's from the Spiritual Affairs Station. I can smell where the rod is coming from, even with this chain collar around my neck. Also, he is actually from there. You've made peace with the chains? All you need to worry about is filling your own stomach with fried meat chop with rice. Not all of us are the same. Do you know how much it costs to get a house that can barely squeeze a family of 4 in Mitsukue? Not sure I want to know. No, the rent, it's too real. If you're willing to pay off my loans and take my wife and kids to Lungmen, sure, I'll turn your old home upside down. Or if you're absolutely certain that it'll be a fatal blow to Mifune, I could potentially see myself jumping on this gamble of yours. Now it's your turn to answer. Do you plan on paying off these loans that I'm not even sure I could free myself of before I die? Or is there greater power than the diet, not to take Mifune out once and for all? I'm doing my best to help you. Recognize good faith when you see it, Naoni. The policeman angrily drowns the last bit of liquor left in the cup. Downs, not drowns. Come with me. No. Give me a reason. I want my sacrifice to mean something, but everything in Mitsukue is denying it. What else is left for me in this empty city? It's time to go. It's time to go home. I hope Missy had a better summer in Siesta than I did here. I think she did, probably. She might have gone into successful business, I believe. Guma. Who's there? Who's what? What are you talking about? Hoshiguma. Ghost-san. Momoka? Do you hear Momoka's voice, Koreto? Momoka? The idol? Is she supposed to be with you? I was gonna ask where you hid. I'm over here! This way. Did Koreto not hear her, though? Hoshi has good ears. Hoshiguma runs in the direction of the voice. Koreto sighs and follows her. Will Momoka be our linchpin? Sorry, I shouldn't use that word in Arknights, should I? It has too much connotation. Is she gonna be our, like, trump card, rather, for taking down? There's no one here, but the voice is getting closer. Over here, this way. Momoka? What? What are you doing in a TV? She got TV'd. Neither Hoshiguma nor Koreto say it out loud. A shabby TV set lies outside a tiny shop. It's hard to tell what the shop does or if it is even open at all. Inside, Momoka is yelling something at Hoshiguma. She's not looking at Hoshiguma, but knocking on something in front of her, as though she's trying to break the TV screen and climb out. Ow, ow. Feedback. You're there, right, Hoshiguma? I'm here, can't you see me? I can't see you, but I can hear you. Oh, she can. Oh, I'm so relieved, I thought it was all over. Hold the tears. Where are you? What's going on with this TV? Kichi-san and I are being held prisoner at Kimbe's base. Bzz. Oh no. We need Where's Hackerman's when you need her? Momoka? The TV goes dark. A cold wind blows through the gaps between the buildings, and Hoshiguma's sword hums in its sheath. Koreto? I was agitated by Uncle Tessai's death and forgot a few things. My bad. But what about you? Did you really think I'd hidden Momoka? Kichi-say too. Guess she's not important to you, nothing more than an inveterate pachinko gambler. Hoshiguma. What's 1 or 2 innocent lives to you, as long as you get this troublemaker out of town? After all, they're already knee-deep in this Kimbe mess. Why bother? We'll do our best to protect them. The people who died in the haunted house, Uncle Tessai, the Yakuza killed in Kajimachi a few days ago. Since when have you been any good at protecting anybody? It is Hoshiguma's turn to punch the detective in the face. The detective stumbles back a few steps before steadying himself. Dude, fucking actually tank the punch from Hoshi? I don't need you to remind me of my failures, but you're not a troublemaker to me. You're my trump card. The only thing that can hurt Mifune. The only thing standing between him and total control of Mitsukue. And the way you played is to get me out of the city? It's the best a cop can do. A cop, eh? You're a cop too. You know the limitations. Go back to Lungmen, Hoshiguma. You're a particular individual, and the LGD will take care of things for you. Hoshiguma instinctively reaches into her pocket, where her LGD badge is. But the first thing she feels is something soft. The ribbon that Tessai gave her after removing it from Hanya. A gift from her friends, bearing their best wishes. For some reason, she feels like she can smell the sea breeze of Siesta. The haystacks of the Victorian plains. The aroma of Lungmen's downtown restaurants. and the scent of Kajimachi's old wooden houses. You're right. Good, you've seen the light. Now hurry up and... I mean, you're right that the LGD would take care of things for me. Maybe I've been too cautious. Too concerned about bothering my friends. What do you mean? Hoshiguma does not answer. She takes a sword and sheath from her belt and begins wrapping the ribbon around the handle. You gonna use a sword? For what? I have a promise to fulfill. Gonna rescue them? Don't be silly. Missy would probably be angry enough to burst a few blood vessels if I just went back to Lungmen with my tail between my legs, assuming I had a tail. I'd never be able to look Lin Yuxia in the eye again. As for Chen, I still have to fight Chi Xiao with a reforged Hanyo. Can't very well go back empty-handed. Aren't you afraid that you'll regret for the rest of your life, like 20 years ago? On Gotesai said that Hanyo was imbued with the secret art of the temples, but I didn't have the discipline to suppress the madness in my only blood. Discipline, madness. But you think all that's a little vague? I don't know what would have happened 20 years ago if the secret art was there, and I don't care. I don't need it now. As long as this ribbon touches my hand, hoshiguma will never fall to bloodlust. As for regrets, the only thing I regret is that I tried to shoulder everything myself, but I was obsessed with my sacrifice meaning something. I was obsessed with my sacrifice meaning something. They forgo a word. My eye is itching. Lesbian power-up. Yep, I forgot the word. Why do you think you have to do this? Is it because you're a cop or because you're a Yakuza? Cop? Yakuza? None of that matters. I promised Momoko, that's all. Oh, and since we're gonna rescue them, it's more likely than not that I'll run into Mifune at some point. I'll go find him if I don't. Something I have to ask him. Hoshiguma sees a light begin to appear from within the policeman's sunken, world-weary eyes. You'll fight him? Not looking for a fight, but I'm not sure there's a way out of it. Put a gash or two in him for me. You don't even have to ask. Is that enough, though? Like I said, I'm a cop. I'm going back to the station. I'll do my best to fend off pressure from upstairs as long as there are no corpses. We're just going to express my gratitude. I hope I live up to it. Yes! Cooperation achieved. Hoshiguma! Hoshiguma! Can you hear me? Can you hear? Quit yapping. You know what? Yap all you want. We'll give that Aho a warm welcome. What does Kimbe want with me? Kimbe? Who's that? You're using dead naming him. I mean Mifune. How am I supposed to know? You're an idol, so maybe the Oyabun has some use for you. Or maybe he just plans to do you in. Should have buttered him up more with that pretty face of yours. Don't know what you're thinking. Are you implying she should, like, do services for him? Okayaro, who the heck's texting me? Everyone knows I got assigned a last-minute guard duty. What? The mother unlucky sods taking over the shift? Yahoo! Dude, he went fucking Mario. He's gone. What happened? Why do I feel like I was hearing voices? Even talking to Hoshiguma? Am I going crazy? Behind you. Hacker man, Xena. So you weren't acting in those shows. I didn't believe it when Kichise told me. You know Kichise? Is she alright? Locked up like you, but probably safe for now. So what is this weapon she's holding? Whack ass. She really does look like Ina. She's so triangular. How does that clothing work? You can call me Sarasa. I'm a fan of yours, and I guess you could say I'm Mifune's employee, but my true identity is an undercover cyber ninja. Ina met Kiara. It kind of is, though, isn't it? It really is. It is Kiara and Ina. Cyber ninja? How's that different from a regular ninja? Look, ninja are nothing more than hired killers, but the cyber kind? We're wanderers of the intercity net. She's a bit choony, isn't she? I thought Cyber Ninja were pretty much the same, hired by corporations to attack each other, just specializing in intercity net operations. Fine, I'm a Cyber Ronin Ninja. I don't know where you came from or why you're helping me. The video that you saw at home, the one where Mifune and Mio plot to infect you with telepathy, I was the one who leaked it to warn you. Do you trust me now? You were the one who gave me that Friday in the middle of the night? Well, it was the first time I worked on a Mitsuka, I mean, the Kinseki channel signal system. It was a mistake. I didn't do it on purpose, I promise. Alright, well, I guess I do owe you my life. Honestly, I only applied to Kinseki channel because I heard it was the biggest TV station in Mitsuka, and I needed a job. The longer I worked there, the more things began to stink. At least they had you as their poster girl. They wouldn't even keep their hands off you. Especially that Mifune. I would just kept my head down and did the work I was paid for if it wasn't so yabai. I'd rather jump into the sea than work any other day for that piece of shit. Damn, she swore. I located Hoshiguma using Mifune's monitoring network, so I patched you in briefly. You can do that? I remember how the technical director spent a long time fumbling with a preset connection the last time I was live on air. That just means he sucks at his job. Now listen to me. I'll patch you in with Hoshiguma again and have her wait outside. I'll take Kichise. Listen to me. I'll make sure those stupid Yakuza never even catch a glimpse of your shadow. No, I can't go. You crazy? Do you want Mifune to cut you up into bird and beast feed? Where can I go if I leave? The Southern Court's a big place. Plenty of places you can go. Lay low the rest of my life, always looking over my shoulder? No way. I give myself the name Momoko Hanyu, but if you tell me I have to give it up now, how's that any different from being dead? You serious? Aren't you afraid to die? You have a death wish or something? I don't know. All I know is that it's the only path I have left. Fine, you know what? That sounded really cool, like a line straight out of a movie. You're a star for a reason. Not so say so, you know. How do you plan on continuing to be a star then? What if Kimbe won't let you? Whoever stands in my way, gonna find out that even I can bite when backed into a corner. Imagine getting bit by a goldfish. And she also didn't went on a rampage, partly because there's no more collective soul hatred. I think the Oni aren't connected to it anymore, though. I don't think it's ever been implied that the Oni, like, feel the Sarka's collective, so they're too far removed. Didn't Kimbe make up all those Kaidan stories? And tell all Mitsuka that they've been lied to. Interesting. Can you connect me to every TV station in Mitsuka? I can expose Kimbe to the entire city. I don't think it's gonna take hacking all those TVs one at a time. They're doing that accession ceremony and broadcasting it to the whole city. Want me to take a ride on it? Still have that broken sword? It'll come in useful. It will? First thing that Kimbe's people did when they captured us was take it from me. But I'll say it, with or without the evidence. Good, I guess it would be evidence, yeah. Sure. I'll get that Kichise girl now only on the other side of the TV. And we can talk about how we'll teach Mifune a lesson. Oh yeah, Moriuchi was over here. Waiting for Cat. Where are you? Where are you? Did I doze off? Wait, did the Kami-sama... We're not in that much of a hurry. It's you! Moriuchi sits straight with a start. He wants to turn around, but dares not, afraid that he will learn that it is all a dream and there's nothing there at all. Kami seems satisfied with this reaction. Cat. Kami-sama. It's been a long time. Finally willing to show yourself to me. Very grateful that you pulled my family out of poverty. Did you spend all these years looking for me, just to say thank you? Wanted to thank you, of course, but there's also something I wanted to ask. Why did you leave us? Why was it that we lost our happy life, little by little, until it was all gone? Did we offend you, or was it fate that not even you could avert, and that was why you chose to avoid us? What does any of that have to do with me? Kami of happy returns. I understand, of course it couldn't be. What I mean is, you spend all these years looking for me just to learn the reason? Were you not looking for me because you wanted to seize happiness again? Said this many times, but I guess you were too young to remember, so I'll be patient and tell you once more. I never give anyone anything. Think of it this way. There's something I like, and I appear in front of people when I see it. Something, do you mean happiness? Yes. I didn't avoid you because I was angry at you, or ashamed to see you. Simply chose not to see you because happiness had left you. But now, I have a reason to see you again. Choose the right path, and you shall know happiness beyond your wildest dreams. The Kami's voice is exactly as he remembers, but for some reason it makes the hair on the back of his neck stand up. Is it because he has lost the innocence of childhood? Is it because he has heard too many lies in his time? Yes, he has heard too many lies, and he has learned to treat all beautiful promises as deception. But this is different. Please, tell me. You stand in the eye of the storm. Doni, hoshiguma, the snake, Kimbe. Add to that a poor goldfin and a wolf who believes its own nose. You. All your fates are intertwined. Oh, there was also an unfortunate old man, but he's dead now. Tryzyn? With his death, you finally have the chance to seize the happiness that you have longed for. Oh. Required that, huh? His death. My happiness? What do you mean? Why is Tryzyn dead? Who killed him? Is it so hard to guess? What you really should ask yourself, though, is if it matters. You stand where countless people could only dream of standing, Moriuchi. This is a business opportunity, a big one. Choose right and everything will be yours. You want me to stand on Kimbe's side? Kimbe's a liar. He wouldn't let me live. That's why it's a big business opportunity. Kimbe's a liar, certainly, but he needs you. More specifically, Kinseki Kai needs you. Separation of the Kinseki Kai and the Kinseki group has entered the final phase, when a catastrophic event could stop it. Everything seems to be going according to Kimbe's plan, but he's about to find that he isn't as powerful as he thought. You've survived for so long between the overworld and underworld of Kajimachi and Nita Street. As a man, you're not that far off from Kimbe. Moriuchi is stunned. In his mind, he fantasized about his union with the Kami countless times, but never in another 1,000 years could he have imagined that it would so calmly tell him something so terrifying. You want me to take Kimbe's place? The happiness that you're talking about? Yes. What if I take his place, but find it beyond my abilities? You'll be rich. Very rich. And that means happy. Rich? You'll be rich, whether you have the ability or not. Maybe not as rich as Kimbe is, but the kind of wealth that you could hardly even imagine right now. Is money not happiness? Was it not money that you and your family found when you were young? Is it not because of money that Mitsuko and this country enjoy endless happiness? Where would happiness be if money left you? Thank God, Saga isn't here. Actually, maybe it's bad that Saga isn't here. Saga would fucking pop off about Buddhism and not needing worldly desires. Is this the lesson you have for me? It's not a lesson, just the simplest law of existence. Kimbe knows it, the Diet knows it, virtually everyone in Mitsukure knows it. You knew it too when you were little. Moriuchi feels a chill come over him, as though the setting sun is suffocating in its own golden rays. Is this really the Kami that he encountered when he was young? Or is this simply an absurd nightmare? No, something trying to deceive him and make him abandon his search for the Kami. But its mannerisms, the way it talks, even the line, "What does any of that have to do with me?" he has never forgotten them. In Moriuchi's memory, even those cold words seem to be a kind of encouragement. Now, though, Moriuchi is gasping for air, but the cold nightmare seems inexplorably suffocating. He reaches into his pocket and takes out the key. The key? There are numerous scratches on the old-fashioned key, with a tiny manekineko hanging from the keychain. It has kept him company for many years. Money is happiness, you say. Maybe that's what I always thought, deep inside. Did you ever stop to think, before that happened, I only ever thought of you as a friend, the only friend of a lonely boy? The friend brought me happiness, for which I was very grateful, but could never repay. He had no intention to accept everything that I did. When he disappeared after I failed to come to see you for a while, I thought it must be because I had neglected you. Thought I deserved it, because I had abandoned my only friend. You know, I almost did the exact same thing when I was being coerced by Mifune. Doni? Yep, my guts wrenched in shame when she came to rescue me, but I couldn't say anything. But you just told me that I got it backwards all wrong. It wasn't you who brought me happiness. You simply came to me because happiness was there. Yes, I see. You're a kami. You've never been any more or less than a kami. Sorry for my arrogance to think that I could befriend a kami, never mind trying to catch its tail. Thank you for coming to see me. Telling me that I've been walking down the wrong path my entire life. How could an information broker have any true friends? I guess it's appropriate that a maneki neko would equate money to happiness, considering maneki nekos are for, like, inviting good fortune, as in money. Moriuchi raises the keys and takes off the maneki neko accessory. He looks at the keychain as though he is talking to the kami behind it. But I wanted a friend. A true friend. Can you understand that? Would it make you angry? If you're not angry, might I be so presumptuous as to make a bet with you? Moriuchi stretches out his hand into the sky, unobstructed by concrete. If I do as you say, I'll never have a true friend for the rest of my life. I'll never have true happiness. He bites his lip and opens up his trembling hand. The accessory falls straight down, like any ordinary object, and is soon swallowed by the dark streets beneath the setting sun. Sayonara. Where are you going? To find Hoshiguma. If Testa is dead as you said, then I have to go and help Hoshiguma. You're a weasel! She's in the back alley of Nitta Street, the one with that tiny shrine. Huh? What are you hiding from me? It's me. Maneki neko-sama. Moriuchi turns around to see nothing, as though nothing was there to begin with, except for the orange-yellow glow of dusk. He turns his head to the front and sees the nosy kami floating in the air in front. That neko left because you rejected it. Does that surprise you? Then, why did you help me? It's not me who wanted to help you. Star of our shrine told me to help you if I have time for all the chiku offerings you made. That neko could have done it itself. Thank you for the help. Pass on my thanks to that, Star. Don't expect me to help you fight. I'm just pointing the way. After all, both of us have a score to settle with that bastard Mifune. I wonder who the Star could be. Moriuchi-san? Did you come to help me or stop me? Help. Did you find your kami-sama then? He's doing fine, much better than I am, but it has nothing to do with me, now that I've found it. Where's Momoka? Isn't she with you? I was about to go in and rescue her. Moriuchi? Is that Moriuchi? TV? Moriuchi-san, Momoka-san told me your order is the best in Higashi. I want to try it once it's all over and done with. Who are you? Call me Sarasa, but we don't have time for introductions right now. Momoka, Kichi-san, get close to the mic. Time to make battle plans. Mitsuka is in for a big surprise. Go, Weasel. Beat up the Viper. Wait, true though. I'm pretty sure. I think some weasels do hunt snakes. So, like. And now we have an actual fight. Cold moonlight. Perhaps it is best to be cold and heartless through and through. Perhaps that home should never existed in the first place. What could that mean? Oh. Oh yeah, this was a thing. Yeah, these ones do this funny thing. Gazing down from the top of the TV tower, one can see fireworks rise in the night sky before falling gently and disappearing from sight. Fireworks show has not begun yet. This is simply the warm-up for the warm-up. Warm-up for the warm-up. The Fidya gazes at his own reflection in the window, and that of the reforged Hanya behind him. He did just fucking steal it. Murdered the guy that stole Hanya. Hanya. Finally have you after 20 years. Too late. Too late. What could you possibly do for me other than acting as witness to this ceremony in Tessai's place? As the Fidya gazes upon the reforged Hanya, he realizes that there are remnants of what seem to be straps of some sort and the handle on the backside. The backside is untouched. Good shield, but nothing more. Mio. How long until the start of the ceremony? Around an hour. Going downstairs for some fresh air. Hoshiguma may crash the ceremony, Mifune-san. So much the better. What do you mean? If she does, it would mean one of two things. Either she's been driven to madness, or she has somehow managed to stay calm after Tessai's death. On my turf, in front of my camera, and on television, however, she'll be nothing more than a crazed murderer. Nothing more than a footnote in the accession ceremony. Failure driven to madness. And if I'm not a match for her, the ones upstairs will take care of her. Oh, Momoka. Getting soft-hearted? Well, we could certainly keep her around for a while longer. Extract every last bit of value from her. We have plenty of ways to persuade her. But we'll have to leave that Kichise alive too, so that Momoka is not driven to despair. You haven't dealt with her yet, have you? No? Good. What about Tetsuya? Mio? He escaped. He what? Mifune's voice turned sinister in an instant. The truth. I let him go. Soft-hearted again? Yes. Is that all? That's all. I'm disappointed in you. I'm prepared to accept my punishment. It can wait, but this necessitates a change in your responsibilities. You'll face Hoshiguma if she does come. It's my duty. Don't be in such a hurry to say yes. You know what awaits if she shows up before me still living and breathing. Yes. 2 ninjas will keep a constant eye on you. Don't try anything funny. Now I need to get that fresh air. Make sure everyone is ready for any unexpected situations. Bunny. Fireworks show will start for a while. Let's walk around. No, darling. We should go straight to the site for the fireworks show on the other side of the river. It's saying on the intercity net that this area is not safe now. Rumor has it that the Oyabun of the Kinseki guy is dead, killed by the Aoni, the only one in the Kaidan. Oh, that media mogul? What's his name? No, that's Mifune. It was Tessai who died. Huh? You know, I actually thought Mifune was the one who died, since he's always showing up in public. There's been rumors coming from Kajimachi, plus the Northern Court spy that they're talking about. Anyway, we should go over to the other side of the river. Escape. Wow, firework. Kaidan. Hot topics, manipulation of public opinion. Has become second nature to him. Who would have thought that all the Kaidan of Mitsuko originate from Shimasu's attempt to blackmail him over the diet candidate affair, only to end up slain by his sword? Shimasu's death needed to be covered up. The fledgling TV station needed relevance. The diet member whom he was trying to butter up was waiting to see him prove his quality. So he linked Hoshiguma with Sawara the Silentius, of Shinnaki, and reported on the haunted house for a week. It was a smashing success. The intensive reporting dispelled any suspicions that viewers had, and left behind plenty of room for him to clean up and misdirect. Relevance from the Kaidan became money. Money moved diet members and shackled the police, made the Kinseki guy grovel before him, and rendered Tessai powerless to intervene. Everything snowballed from there. The haunted house became the ideal place to dispose of people who got in the way. But the trick could not continue forever. Interest would fade and revenue would decline, while Tessai's suspicion and the pressure of public opinion grew. When the last gangster who knew how the diamond candidate died was dealt with, he began to expand the scope and channels of the Kaidan. It could involve the Kamior accidents, even a fabricated story that was sufficiently interesting and frightening. He too wondered why the people of Mitsuka were so obsessed with Kaidan. They feared any potential danger in life, but they could not control their own curiosity. The prospect of danger seemed to represent a fatal attraction. The TV station provided the Kinsekikai with a constant source of income, funding the crystalline component industry, making him someone whom Tessai looked down on, but could not do without him. Meanwhile, to him, Tessai was already nothing more than a... Beep boop, beep boop. Emergency. 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 This is not a drill. This is not a drill. What's going on? Earthquake? -2. No! Mitsuka is under attack by the Northern Court. Repeat, Mitsuka is under attack by the Northern Court. For your own safety, please follow these instructions. Hackermans did use this before as well, didn't she? What? A Northern Court invasion? If you're inside, close all doors and windows and wait for further instructions. If you're outside, go to the nearest shelter immediately. Shelter? Do we have those in Mitsuka? There used to be announcements, but now we'll have to look for the signs. On Nita Street and beyond, all of Mitsuka is suddenly filled with red lights, with the exception of the oblivious fireworks. A fear that was once forgotten has been reawakened. Conflict between North and South has only increased since the Blood Peak campaign, but rapid economic growth caused the attention of the people to drift away from the gunfire on the border. Mitsuko and Kusaragawa continue to treat each other as potential adversaries, even after the 90s, but the average folk have long since forgotten the possibility. It's funny to say after the 90s, but it means 1090s. This fear, which has lain forgotten for many years but never truly left, seized the hearts of Mitsuko's people more powerfully than any kaidan. Mifune-san, what the blazes is going on? Someone hacked the Kinseki-chan's broadcasting network. They tampered with the backup emergency footage provided by the government and broadcast it all over the city. We're not sure how, but they even managed to take over the networks of some of the other stations. Even our partners are affected. They're spamming our phone lines, thinking that we approved it. Moshi, what's going on? It's funny hearing Mifune go hardened Yakuza going, Moshi? It's a diet? It's a diet, would be mad. Backend from 20 years ago. True, that's so realistic. How's the infiltration going? Couldn't be better. Total chaos right now. Had no difficulty reaching. Don't go too far, Sarasa. There might be unintended consequences to spreading fake news. Not in today's economy. Don't worry, I avoided crowded places like the fireworks show and places like hospitals, schools, and old folks' homes where people tend to have weak hearts. Okay, don't cause anyone a heart attack. I also set a retraction video to play after the warnings looped a few times, telling people that it was a mistake. I'll go to the ceremony now with Momokan Kishise. Time for her to create more chaos, hoshiguma. On it. Higashi is 100% Japan, Char, yes. We've known this for a while. Everything about it is Japan. It doesn't seem like a Korea parallel, really, at all. Other than the fact that Japan and Korea have some similarities. Otherwise, everything about it is Japan. And except here, it's a north and south divide, while in Japan, historically, it's been more of a east and west divide. But that also ends up kind of being north and south because of the shape of the country. But it's often described as like a east-west. Maybe at some point it was also directly north-south. Hoshiguma walks in the opposite direction of the panicking crowd, towards the TV station. As Sarasa said, the broadcasts are now changing to play the retraction video, and the crowd gradually begins to calm down. As Hoshiguma walks, she wonders if she might see the reaction she hoped for from the crowd. Need not be an awakening or an awareness of vigilance, nothing so heavy. She just wants to see them shiver and remember what fear truly is, not just a little punctuation to spice up a happy life. But all she hears is people excitedly repeating a single word. Kaidan. Here we are. Total security? Looks like the station really has its hands full. The one-horned Oni walks inside without hesitation, passing by 1, 2, and 3 station staff without being noticed. Until the 4th. The Oni? It's the Oni, call the Kinseki-kai! Oh, ninja, instantly. I suggest you make way while I'm still asking politely. No? They have her surrounded. They outnumber her many to one, yet for some reason there's a thought in all their minds that they cannot shake. She outmarches them, one against many. This is for your own good. Maybe some of you have heard about what the Aoni of Kinseki-kai did 20 years ago, right here in Mitsuka. Even if we're no longer clan family, even if your Oyabun killed Uncle Tessai, I don't want to fight you if I don't have to. Make way. I want to see Kimbe. Don't make me do this. You won't get away. The Kinseki-kai never issued a notice of expulsion or no contact to you. You're still part of the Kinseki-kai, and to attack us is to attack your own family. Do you really believe that? No one answers. Hoshiguma continues walking, almost nonchalantly. There's no sound of footsteps behind her, only a slight whoosh of something flying through the air. She does not even cast a glance at it, be it knife or flash drive, shuriken or just a handful of beans. None of that matters anymore. Imagine if they were actually just throwing beans at her. When you're throwing a knife, you really should throw it like you mean it. You might as well have been throwing roasted soybeans. Oni wa sato fuku wa uchi. That's the old saying. Oni out, fortune in. Surrender, we can keep it that way. There's no bad blood between us. No bad blood? Maybe you're right, but back in my day we had a different slogan when we threw beans in Kajimachi. We said fortune out, Oni in. She draws her sword. The Yakuza who have heard of the Aoni instinctively take a step backwards. Only one of the younger members steps forward, seemingly oblivious to what he's risking for a chance at glory. Alright then. Yo. Blue flame, what? No one saw what the one-horned Oni did. All they saw was a blue flash, and the young Yakuza fell to the ground, a bloody gash on his thigh. There's only one of her, get her! We're the Kinsekikai, we're the strongest, get her! You must not disappoint the Kinsekikai or Chairman Mifune. Goons. Clueless. That's more like it. They rush toward the striding Oni like the tide. The Oni takes step after step forward until the distance between her and the figure ahead closes to a hair's breadth. Once again the blue light, but this time everyone sees the true nature of the Oni, no longer attempting to suppress her fury. Small frogs in tiny ponds. Hoshiguma's blade moves through the air. Before long there's no longer anyone standing in her way. The injuries are not fatal, but no one has the strength or the stomach to oppose her anymore. Only the one-horned Oni still stands tall. Sad. Just said sad at them. Oh, okay, so we like do the fight before we actually run into Mio. Okay, well she's there like right away. I was just pressing the I didn't attacks twice or something. Is what she said. But it has crashed. What the hell? Come on. What the hell? Bro. Fucking crashed. The crash really, it's crazy how the crashes are getting more common as time goes on. Mio fucking crashed my game. It's crazy. She was so strong. Okay, load back up, please. Yeah, no, phone doesn't crash. It's only emulators that crash, but... Because, yeah, it's funny how... I've said this multiple times, but indeed, before the Chapter 15 update, I had crashed like twice ever on Google Play emulator. And then, ever since Chapter 15, it's almost like it's slowly becoming like more and more crash prone. It's very strange. Okay, well, yeah, now I just went into the fight straight away. Okay, so they go like here somewhere, and then there's a hole over here, and then there's these things. And okay, there's blues here and blue here. Mono Kristen. Nah, that's the wrong person. Get pushed. Pew! Yeah, I can put some dudes over here. Does she just disappear? Does she have a second phase? Nope, she just disappears. Yeah, does she have mechanics? Cause damn. She's here to look pretty. Well, no, that's the thing, right? She's not really trying, right? She doesn't actually want to. She doesn't actually want to. Sprite was too cool. I want to destroy this thing as well. Maybe just for fun. I can't even reach it with Kichi-san.
Tanti negoziati e poi finiamo per lasciarla. Tanti letale e la danza della dama.
Le dalle della danza. Okay, these guys would go over here, right? Removed. Mobs are actually more a problem. At least the music's good. Yeah, okay. She really just kind of stood there and just died, huh? Please roll for an Higashi 2026, right? I mean, I feel like this. If and when maybe we get a Higashi continuation, I feel like they're like, people like the design so much. It's gonna be like a Radiant situation where they're like, we gotta get this girl playable now. I don't know if I've done that medal. Maybe? I've gotten some medals just randomly while doing stuff, but I haven't checked what ones I actually like have. Like if I've missed some that I could have done already. She probably won't even, it's very likely she doesn't even come out in like a Higashi event. She might just like, they'll teleport her somewhere else. It's like another Lungmen event or something. TV station's in total chaos. Wow. Grandma told me stories about Northern Court Special Forces infiltrating Mitsuka in her youth. Didn't think much of it at the time. Think about it now, though. What we're seeing is just a fraction of what could really happen. Or just 50 bags in general. Maybe I do have that then, just from doing like Trust Farm or something. Maybe I kill some enemies with balls in them. What do you think about my surprise for Kimbe? I think it might be a little bit too big. No, nothing too big for him. He's a tall guy. Well, we should focus on our own tasks. Moriuchi-san has already infiltrated the TV station. We need to head to the succession ceremony. Shouldn't be many people there at this time, but you'll need to help out if there's any resistance. Gotcha. All I have to do is act. I'll lead the way. Climb up this vent. She just comes out and she just is a fan of Momoka. It's like, okay, time to fucking corporate espionage and like... Follow me. I'm coming. She's doing magic. It's so high. Don't worry, I've got a light. Hold my hand and I'll lead you on. Even her little hair things are glowing. Momoka tries to not look down, but she cannot keep herself from shaking. They are moving through massive formations of steel rebar. The darkness of night hangs above, while it is bright as the day underneath their feet. TV station staff, Yakuza, and ninja form a picture of chaos beneath them. How are you doing, Kichise? Alright. Good. You don't come up to this kind of place often? Who does? Are you a deserting ninja or something? No, I got used to this kind of place while hiding from ninjas. Hiding? That's not important. We're here. We got people down below. Momoka, jump over this gap and follow those pipes down to the stage. You should be able to stay out of their view. That far? I'll try. RGB stripes in her hair. Momoko clenches her fists, her eyes fixed forward, and kicks the ground hard. Steel structure suddenly starts moving, and the platform beneath Momoka's feet begins to vibrate irregularly. Why does it start moving all of a sudden? I think I'm falling. Watch your head. What's going on? Whoa! She fell? We're going down too, Sarasa. Yahoo! Mario. Yeah, HG did get their, like, Japan event in right before issues happened. Are you alright, Momoka? She's fucking dead. Hit her head, concussion, brain damage. I'm alright, hanging in there. Get on the stage. I'll get the console. Start once the lights come on. Explosions. Can't wait for Momoka's show. Ma'am, how'd you get here? I thought she was supposed to be at Hoshi. I'm afraid I can't let you do that. Mio, son. Momoka? You've come to stop me, haven't you? Yes. Why? For the Kinsekikai. I know what you're going to say. That will ruin the Kinsekikai. Mio-san, Hoshiguma's shown up at the door of the TV station. You should go now, according to Mifune-san's instructions. Hoshiguma showed up for her. But Mifune-san... She did quote Hal. Yeah. The other one watching me, I know you're there. Go and tell Mifune-san that Hoshiguma would definitely come, and I'll be waiting for her here. Now, Momoka, Kichi-san, and that girl behind the console, whose name I do not know. I suggest you stay put until Hoshiguma shows up. Your grievances against Mifune-san and Kinsekikai are certainly legitimate, but this place is also home to me, and to many others. I can't let you destroy it. She's bluffing, Momoka. Oh. Ghost hand. The black ethereal hand suddenly appears in front of Kichise's neck. She instinctively takes a step back and pulls the trigger. Man, her pachinko gun sounds so strong. The ethereal hand shreds the bead-shaped grenade. The lights go out and the stage darkens, illuminated only by a faint light in the direction of the console. Mio walks towards the light, sword in one hand, tanto in the other. It's a little funny, because, yeah, they don't translate all the sword types. Like, they don't translate tanto. They just keep tanto in there as tanto. But then they don't keep in, like, the other types of sword, so then you end up with sword in one hand, tanto in the other. Which is like, both are a type of sword. It's just... A tanto is a type of sword. So, like... A little funny. And then sometimes, some of them end up getting called long swords instead of probably a nodachi, what it's supposed to be. Like a katana sword. Ah, yes. My samurai sword. That's right, I'm here. Come on now. The flashbang. Actual real-life flashbang. Well, at least it's lore-accurate flashbang. One of the spotlights suddenly turns on, shining straight into Mio's eyes. Then another, and another, and another. Then they all turn off at the same time. Mio's hesitation lasts only an instant. She takes a moment to collect herself, then charges at the console. Bang. The falling spotlight narrowly misses Mio's head. By the time she turns her gaze back to the control console, there's no longer anyone there. While Mio is occupied with the console, Kichise, Momoka, and Sarasa begin running toward the side stage exit. She's locked the door, let's try another. Click, click, click. They hear the sounds of locks being engaged. The lights above their head turn back on. Mio slowly walks towards the gathered trio. The lights are no longer under your control. Resistance is futile. You think so? Why is she so, like, HAL 9000 coded right now? You think so? Sarasa closes her eyes and raises her lamp-shaped staff. Mio's pace quickens. Suddenly, the tip of the staff emits a blinding light, and the spotlights above the stage turn off again. Hackermans. Not just the spotlights. All the light that remains on the stage is trapped in the liquid bouncing at the tip of the staff. Lights out, Ice Queen. Fucking one-liner. And even the last glimmer of light is utterly consumed. Sarasa? Let me sleep. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. What do we do? I can hear Miyo-san's footsteps. She's coming. Let's try the other side of the stage. Maybe the door's still unlocked. No, it's too far. She'll find us. This is where we fell, isn't it? Can we go back the way we came? The vents. Kichise put Sarasa on her back and was about to move, and they hear Miyo's voice coming from center stage. Don't bother. I can hear you. What do we do? It's all or nothing. I'll deal with her. Suddenly, she hears the sound of knocking behind her. Is it locked? Guess we'll have to do this the hard way. Get out of the way. A massive crash, and the locked door swings open, bringing in light from beyond. The next instant, as though answering the call of the light coming in from the door, bright orbs of light float up from Sarasa's staff and go back to where they came from. Sarasa? I thought I would get to sleep for a little longer. There'll be no light here as long as I'm still asleep. Sarasa yawns and the spotlights above flicker. Miyo does not move from her position, so Sarasa begins walking towards the console. Why is her arts essentially take a nap? She turns off all the lights and then she gets real sleepy. And then once she wakes up, lights come back on. Perfect nap power. Naps are OP. Oh yeah, if we do get her as playable, she would be part of sleep gaming for sure. Actual napper. Miyo does not move from her position, so Sarasa begins walking towards the console. Momoko follows hesitantly, but Miyo remains in place. Aren't you going to stop them? No, your blade is drawn. My duty is not to deal with them. I doubt your minions have what it takes to beat Kichise and Sarasa. In that case, there's nothing I can do. What about Mifune? And Miyo, that is like, perfect excuse, I can let them escape. I don't care. Our battle has nothing to do with him. Does it not? Does it not, though? Last TV station's back online, Detective Koreto. I hear you. The guy assigned to the fireworks show wants to know what to do. Citizens are still uneasy after that scare. Any risk of a stampede or other serious accident? Minimal. The situation is very much within expected parameters. Expected parameters. Classic line of mumbo jumbo. The show will go on. If anyone likes excitement, we'll give him excitement. We're getting calls from citizens asking what happened. What do you think? What do you think I think? Tell them we're investigating. Kinzeki Station is, of course, responsible for the erroneous announcement of a Northern Court invasion. We're taking this very seriously. Detective Koreto, you have a visitor. Who? Kohei Mifune? No, it's a businessman. Detective Koreto. If it wasn't Mifune, I thought it would have been this diet friend paying a personal visit. Making insinuations will do no favors for your career. Besides, you overestimate your own importance. Should I take that as an admission? I've come to warn you. The police must bear responsibility for the chaos that occurred on Nita Street tonight. We do not wish to see the chaos spread any further. Bear responsibility, eh? Oh dear, I think I just peed my pants. What's your attitude? You still have the chance to settle this matter peacefully. Do I? Pray enlighten me. Cancel all events scheduled for tonight. Focus your forces on restoring order at Kinzeki Station and begin a search for those responsible. Such as? The number one suspect is, I'm sure, Kohei Mifune, considering that it was his station that broadcast that. Your men are not allowed to touch him. Have a nice day. If you refuse to obey orders, you may go once you have signed this resignation. Feel free to discuss any concerns with your supervisor. Wow, still have a chance to turn back? It's too late for that. Like you said, it's too late for that. The detective reaches out with his foot. He trips the visitor, takes the piece of paper with the name of the detective supervisor on it, and tears it to pieces. Oh my, I didn't expect you to fall like that. Thought our dire friend would have a tougher secretary. How dare you? Go tell your boss that the police are here to protect his bloody life, not his bloody money. If you really think someone's after his life, you can come personally to the station and file a report and we'll take it into consideration. Now get lost. It's just like their one of their businessman sprites, but they were originally from Kazimierz, yeah? Or from Marianil. White sword, black gloves. White hand, black sword. White tanto, black ethereal hand. It is a dizzying exchange of black and white. Contrary to the impression she gives, the Liberi's swordplay is overwhelmingly aggressive, with only attacks, feints, and more attacks, with not the slightest attention paid to defense. Does not come across in her boss fight. The moves of the one-horned Oni, on the other hand, are almost staggeringly basic. Dodge, parry, backstep, sidestep. 12. You just block 12 attacks in quick succession. Why don't you fight back? You still afraid of your sword? If I was, I wouldn't have left its sheath to begin with. You, on the other hand, look all polite and cultured, but your moves are pure aggression and ferocity. That's not Kimbe's style. My sword has nothing to do with him. Then why do you give your life for him? Since when have I given my life for him? Stop fooling yourself. Kind of a little bit correct. Hoshiguma takes a deliberate look around. Kichise is sending explosions everywhere with her grenades, while the stage equipment has turned into a giant monster under Sarasa's control. With Momoko doing an impressive job of not getting caught, the trio is more than holding their own. There's only one last thing to do in their battle plan. The only thing I'm trying to protect is the Kinsekikai. Kimbe has to lead it. Kinsekikai needs to be a place where the dregs of society can survive. Those who have nowhere else to go. And Testai couldn't give you that? No. You can keep parrying, but you'll eventually show an opening. Whoa! Finally, you're attacking. All I got was the edge of your clothes. There's blue fire burning around you. Is that your arts? Blue fire? Now she's actually on fire. She's actually on fire. You're right. I didn't notice. Actually just dead ass starting to channel fucking Quilon? Back to the question. What is it that Testai couldn't give you but Kimbe can? Testai could not even protect himself. Ignited by a burning desire? Hoshiguma thrusts. The attack is simple, but the flames upon the sword force me to leap backwards. That's not what I wanted to hear. Your flames are burning even fiercer. Tell me, why couldn't Testai give you what you wanted? Because Testai couldn't protect himself. Mitsuko didn't need him, nor did it need a Mio working under Testai. You? A silent, ragged orphan who only fights tooth and nail when someone steps on her is a subject of scorn. An equally silent, well-dressed assistant who only draws her sword when the company's interests are compromised is a subject of admiration. I thought you came from some noble martial family fallen in hard times. Ha! Testai wanted to give dregs of society like us a home, and so he's dead. Ifune knows we don't deserve a home, and so he lives on. Is that how Mitsuko judges the Kinsekikai? Always has. Hoshiguma is almost completely engulfed in the azure flame. Not cerulean azure. The Liberi wonders if the flame will consume the Oni before it consumes her. You're angry. Were you angry like this too, 20 years ago? Does that matter? Ifune-san wants you to lose your reason, as you did 20 years ago. A blizzard will turn you into a crazed beast, one that everyone will be eager to put down. You know this is what he wants, and so you suppress yourself, which is why you didn't draw your sword the last time. Are you inviting me to give in to anger? Complete the mission your master assigned? It's not what I want, but I would have no issue with it. Would be a shame, that's all. Why? Perfect opponent, who could never stand before me in perfect condition, forced to either suppress herself or lose control entirely. But that's all. Take this. Mio once again prepares to attack. 3 hands, 3 swords, a posture seemingly without form or order, but ready to pounce on any weakness. Catch! Who's there? Maruchi. This is crazy heavy. You know how hard it was to get out of Kimbe's room even all that chaos at the TV station? Catch. Hanya! Maruchi swings his entire body to throw Hanya in the direction of the standoff. Mia's ethereal hand is the first to catch Hanya's handle, but Hoshiguma leaps and spins 180 degrees like she's dancing, forcing the ethereal hand to loosen its grip, allowing her to take Hanya's handle. Suppress or lose control? It won't happen, with or without Hanya. Hoshiguma tightens her grip around the ribbon on her sword. Hanya's an old friend after all. Maybe had a chance just now, but not any longer. It is true. Hanya's her main weapon. Okay, never mind. I almost gave you another chance, but you just instantly... Never mind. Small distraction. Rage. The rage that seemed compressed around Hoshiguma now spreads outwards, burning on her arms, her shield, and her sword. Hoshiguma takes a step forward, and the flames of rage almost catch the hem of Mia's clothing. Good. It's good enough for me to know that you won't lose control. Hoshiguma faces off against black and white, hands human and not, swords long and short. The Liberi shows no fear. The edges of her mouth angle ever so slightly upwards. Also, I just realized. They really have Mia with 3 swords, but then one of her gimmicks is she hits twice. Come on, it was right there. Any last words? Be kind to the Kinsekikai. Be kind to Momoka. My conscience is clear on all other matters. Except her. I'll remember. What about Kimben? Any last words about him you want to say? Him? Is there any need to talk about him, here and now? Good point. Hoshiguma shifts her posture to one that makes it easy to unleash her power. The blue flames continue to burn intermittently around her. The face of Hanya glares with wide open eyes on the face of the shield. The edge of the sword seems ready to sleep blue blood. Ha! You are not worthy. Is this Hanya? Yes, this is Hanya. Your swords are worthy of you. They took the full brunt of Hanya and survived. You can pick them up, then we'll continue. There's no need. You've made your strength clear. No point in trying to fight you anymore. I must prepare. For what? For the aftermath. For a Kinsekikai without Mifune-san. You know, it's like... Hey, never mind, maybe this is all good. We can get rid of that fucker. How's things on Momoka's side, Moriuchi? Are they ready? Just waiting for you to finish fighting. Sarasa? Aye aye, sir. Momoka? Aye aye, sir. Pirate ass. Momoka stands in the middle of the stage with the spotlight on her. Kichise has done her best to clear a space, though there's still a few Yakuza lying on the ground near her. Kichise is a surprisingly effective combatant, by the way. Just like... She just kind of does it. I'm ready to begin. Alright then. Kinzeki Station's biggest program of the night begins now. Wow, the hoshiguma! It's the wrong one, but... Wrong hoshi. Flowing river. The water will wash everything away, but the ways things were before will live on in memory. Yes, it's me. I just came back from my diet friend's place. Where's Hoshiguma? The venue? What about Mio? Has she dealt with him? No? She left? The traitor. What about the network? Did you recall what's going on inside? What about Hoshiguma? Damn it. Get the editors on it now and make the footage of her fight with Mio look like she's completely lost control. What do you mean there's no time? Hacking? Hijack network? Can't deal with it? What good are you? Cut the signal if you can't deal with it. Power supply too. Only thing left there is tonight is the apology. Who cares if the signal goes out? We can't have someone babbling on my channel. Hello? Hello? Lost the signal? You idiot. You demand I come and give a personal explanation that just gives my enemies a chance to strike. Everything's gone to hell while I was humoring that bastard. Even Hanya is gone. Calm down. Clean up the mess and start over. It'll be alright. It's not the first time. First, go to the venue and stop those insects. The diet has given the nod on hoshiguma. All that's left is to clean up public opinion. Came to cause trouble with your dear hoshiguma, Aneki, have you? Hoshiguma? Oh my goodness, should I compliment you for your bravery or your adorable stupidity? Look at how beat up you are. Seems like my men were still playing with you, not knowing that you no longer had any use. Where'd you grab this real sword from? Tell me and I'll return it to him before he gets angry. Kimbe, you... Me? I don't have time to play with you, Tetsuya. Your father may have taught you the basics of swordmanship when you were little, but you have a long, long way to go before you're ready to use it in a real fight. Father and son who got turned against each other by a mask. How much do you think you actually understood about the swordplay that he taught you? Turned against? Yes, turned against each other. Said all I need to say. I'll get lost before I change my mind and reunite you with Tessai. You're the one who should be reunited with my father. Woo. I mean, I feel like Mifune would fuck him up. Deep breath. I know, countless people are watching me. I must tell them the truth. But does it mean anything? They'll have Momoko Hanyu. They'll have to watch her panic at all the kaidan that seem to orbit around her. They'll have to watch me get scared, not speak the truth, and certainly not the real me. Yes, I'm afraid of even that. I'm a coward. Being afraid is the biggest common denominator between Haruka Shino and Momoko Hanyu. She put on the idol outfit! We haven't seen this since, like, Node 1. Hello everyone, good evening. I'm Momoko Hanyu, the girl who's sort of afraid of kaidan, but who just couldn't seem to get away from them. I'm sorry for disturbing you all after that big accident that just occurred on air. Momochi? Didn't she go missing? How did she suddenly pop up like that? Was that emergency broadcast really a kaidan? Is she caught in the middle of a kaidan and looking for help from us? Wouldn't recognize her. I mean, true. As you can see, I'm standing here before you. Strange things seem to happen to me all the time. That's how kaidan are. They appear without warning and disappear the same way. But what if I told you that all the kaidan were fake from the very beginning? What? Momoka? Kinzeki-chan was really throwing money into her, pulling that disappearing ad. What's the kaidan this time? Sarcastic passerby. She said they're fake. What? She had our mind? Does she think we're all stupid? Aren't kaidan all around us all the time? I feel like, is she stupid? She didn't realize they were fake? That's what she said. Don't ask me. Watch for yourself. What if I told you that, with the exception of a handful of kaidan associated with the kami, all the shows that I've been on, all the kaidan that I'd experienced, all of them were fabricated? I'm not talking about hypotheticals. I'm talking about true lies. Like, I get it, but it is funny saying true lies. Kinseki Station and the Kinseki talent agency deceived you, and I unknowingly became their accomplice. I'm sorry. I won't make any excuses for deceiving you. I'll accept any criticism. Cute, mother? I told you, no TV tonight. My classmate told me they're airing something really amazing. Look, the kaidan lady spills the beans on fake kaidan. Kaidan lady. They really had those sprites in there for like 1 second. First time we saw them. I've been a part of countless lies. For example, the original kaidan, the family home of the Aoni of the Kinseki-kai in Kajimachi that killed its residents. There's no paranormal activity, just actual murder. I now accuse Kohei Mifune, president of the Kinseki channel and the Kinseki talent agency, and the de facto leader of the Kinseki-kai Yakuza syndicate, of being the mastermind behind all this. Without any evidence, he suspected me of being in league with his political opponent Tessai and plotted to infect me with oripathy when I knew nothing of any of it. The Aoni of Kinseki-kai was exiled from Mitsuko after taking the fall for his crimes, many years ago, restrained from my kidnapping when in fact she had saved my life. When I accidentally stumbled upon the truth behind the kaidan, he wanted to silence me, spreading rumors that I was retiring. Had the maid couldn't find them. They were just like, I really like these sprites, I gotta use them. Detective Koroto upstairs is absolutely fuming. This is the 8th time they're ordering us to cut the signal. What do we do with the last 7 orders? Nothing? You've got it. I know you've been unhappy about me saying that things will get better. Stop believing it myself at some point. Whatever happens tonight is on me. Let there be one night when the police don't have to grovel to anyone. It's my parting gift to you. Yes, yes. This is what I need to tell you tonight. Next, there's something else I want to tell you. About myself. I know a lot of people think I'm overacting in the shadows, in the shows. You think I'm being dramatic on purpose. What I want to tell you is that fear has been a constant in Momoko Hanyu's entire life. Partly it's because I was told too many horror stories when I was little, but the more important reason is that I grew up in Gokawa, city infamous for its polluted water. There, fear is not about serial killers roaming the streets at night, unicycles that bring misfortune, or elevators to hell. It's about watching your loved ones becoming bedridden all of a sudden, falling while walking on the flat ground and losing the feeling in their hands. It all happens so naturally, so gradually. It's too late by the time you realize it. She looks like she's singing, but singing, but she's not. I was one of the lucky ones. I came to Mitsuke to be bathed in people's attention, be it adoring, judging, or scornful. My fear was no longer about pain, illness, and death. It was about viewer ratings, losing fans, pressure from the agency, and fabricated kaidan. It seems such a luxury to fear those things, now that my life is once again under threat. Isn't it a sort of happiness to be afraid of kaidan? I don't need to face the true danger. We lie in our beds screaming at stories we don't know if they're true and satisfy ourselves with the sensation of our nerves tightening and relaxing again. But I'm afraid I can never enjoy it the same way again. I don't think she enjoyed the kaidan ever, but, you know. This luxury was lost to me forever when I learned that the kaidan that used to scare me were lies, manifestations of greed, murders, and cover-ups. From this day forth, kaidan shall no longer be part of Momoko Hanyu's life. Also, I'm changing my name to Haruka. I hereby announce that I'm leaving the Kinseki Talent Agency and disassociating myself from all Kinsekikai affiliates. Disassociating. Tetsuya is lying on the ground next to Mifune, wounded but alive. It is not that the Fidia intended to spare him. Indeed, Mifune wanted to put an end to this quickly many times, only to be forced back by the suicidal attacks of the young Oni, who seemed to be intentionally aiming himself at the tip of Mifune's sword, just to find a chance to take Mifune down with him. Momoka's speech coming through the screen beside him only served as a further distraction, and his trembling hands repeatedly missed their mark. Even as Mifune changed his goal from killing to incapacitation, and then to simply shaking off this maniac in order to deal with the fallout, Tetsuya kept getting up from the ground in spite of all his injuries. Meanwhile, Momoka's speech is drawing to a close. He went berserk mode. I will continue to walk the performer's path as long as I live. I want to bring hope to others and tell those plagued by fear that there is someone who was once just like you, someone who knows how you feel. She'll sing your story, act your story. She'll do all that she can so that your voices will not fade into darkness. Momoka wipes away a drop of sweat from her brow. Oh, wow, I really said a lot, didn't I? You know, I'm starting to get cold feet now after having said all that. I'm really timid, after all. Maybe the kaidan aren't the only lies in our lives. Maybe there are countless more lies like theirs, and the prosperity that we enjoy is built upon these lies. What is that bitch babbling about? She doesn't know that everything is built upon faith. She doesn't know that if panic spreads... But this is our life, and it will continue until the end arrives. If it arrives. I will at some point. That's how life works. Even if it is built upon lies, upon bubbles that might shatter tomorrow, it's still our life. Life that I have to learn to love. Besides, even if a life like this is destined to disappear someday, it's beautiful, isn't it? An instant of beauty will be the warmth that stays with us through the cold night, even after everything else falls apart, as long as you keep it in our hearts. That's all I want to say. This has been Momoko Hanyu, and I apologize for taking up your valuable time. Perhaps, no, we will meet again. There's no longer any possibility of turning the tables. The Fidia stares blankly at the figure on the screen. B-word. Babuta chatter, is that a Haruka Arknights reference? No, you got up again. Shall we continue? The bitch is done babbling. You can try to take revenge for your pop now again. The young Oni sets his unsteady feet. Fidya has collected himself and identifies an opening that will let him put his sword right through the ribs of the Oni when he makes his move. But the Oni does not move. You scared? No. Even a fool like me can tell that you're finished. Tetsuya turns around. Mifune's face is a ghastly pale, but he does not make a move. He's been pale the whole time. Showing my back to you. You gonna kill me? Not in the mood. Plenty of other people I want to kill first. Come find you when they're all dead. Oh, and one more thing. Mifune stares at Tetsuya's back. Suddenly, he blurts out a sentence that even he himself is unsure why he says it. The words that I said to your father, they were actually for you. Tetsuya cannot tell if these words are meant to provoke or to accomplish something else. He turns and casts one glare at Mifune with bloodshot eyes before leaving with unsteady steps. What words? Which words? Phew. She fucking faints. She fucking dies. Too much stress. Everything feels so surreal, like a dream. After finishing her speech, she fainted on stage out of excitement. She actually did. Everything that happened next was like a blur. In any case, Hoshiguma went upstairs, while Moriuchi, Kichise, and Sarasa took her downstairs. She seems to remember fighting and explosions, but it all felt so far away. Fight? Nope, not yet. Fishwoman awakened. Where are we? Kichise, Moriuchi-san, Sarasa. Why is Sarasa on the ground? She's asleep? She fell asleep at the TV station, too. Does she get tired easy? Narcolepsy. No time for this. It's my turn to carry her now. Where are you, Mocha? Where's Sarasa? Did you get lost in the alleys? Gotcha. Novice ninja. I got her. All on my own. Oh, I get promoted for this. Good thing I had duct tape on me. She's a singer. Who knows how loud she can get when she hollers. I dreamed about ninjutsu riders before I became a ninja, but it's only the veterans who get to use the good stuff, while all I have is trash. Gotta report this upstairs. God, I discharged my terminal so I could enjoy an afternoon of peace and quiet in one of the coffee shops in the alleys. This girl just falls into my hands like that. It's definitely my lucky day. Here's my originium cigarette, Hyorogan. The ninja takes out the originium circuit Hyorogan, a spherical originium appliance with a long wire attached to it, which he connects to the depleted terminal. It's a power bank? It's a power bank. It's charging so slowly. Hey, how about I pull that tape off your mouth and you sing a song or two for me? Wow, he's fucking dumb. It's not like I would do it, even if you nodded. Did you know? We were looking for you everywhere after you ran away on that motorbike that night. I was the one who searched your house. He's the one who killed Plant. Boy, was that a crappy place. Big idol like you, I thought you'd be living in a mansion or something. You didn't have anything worth shit. What's the collection of garbage by a window anyway? Some kind of weird obsession? Say that again! Tape came loose? Thought I put it on right. Who cares, just a frail little idol. I tell you, not only did I have to check all that weird garbage you had by the window one by, I also trimmed that dying plant for you. You cut Huske? Huske? Oh, that tree sprout was barely even a weed. Yeah, I did it. What about it? How'd you even take care of it? I had no idea, because its leaves were all yellow and brittle. No one was gonna live, so I put it out of its misery. It was a kindness. I've grown flowers before, and it takes patience and endless love and care. You understand? Someone like you... This is how she becomes a killer. Hey, how did you get up? What kind of crappy duct tape was that? No, actually the duct tape is extremely strong. You have angered the fish. I see, you must know some sort of arts. You're eager, so I guess about water? That's it. Of course, no wonder the tape came loose. Didn't the vets say that only infected could use arts without a unit? That's weird. Couldn't have broken the tape with a brute force, could you? Nah, of course not. Doubt you've ever lifted anything heavier than an apple. Must be arts, definitely. So what? What are you gonna do? Spray water in my face? She's gonna go fucking Super Saiyan. The novice ninja taunts Momoka, but he keeps his gaze fixed on her eyes. A cornered beast will fight back, and the same is true for the girl in front of him. What kind of arts will she use? Mist? A high-pressure jet? Acid spray, even? He must not let his guard down just because he is facing an idol with no combat experience. It is unlikely that her arts would be particularly powerful. There would be little movement from her microphone-shaped arts units when she casts. Better to stay focused on her eyes. Her eyes will betray all that she's thinking. For example, murderous intent. Foolish girl, not knowing her place. That is all. Observe her eyes and analyze her intent. Be it the timing of casting, direction, or... Why is there no intent other than murder? Wait, she's literally only thinking about murder. Huh? Before he can react, the ninja feels a dull thud on his head. What? You hit me on the head with your mic? What kind of arts is... Murder! Beast! Heartless devil! This is for Hasuke! Wait, calm down! No, I will not! He wasn't dead yet, how could you? How could you cut my Hasuke? Momoka babbles her incoherent vengeful fury, a far cry from the image that she presented on stage just moments ago. Her microphone finds the ninja again and again, striking with a fury that even hell does not know. This music as well. Stop, no! I will kill you, you bastard! I will beat this heartless monster to death. Oh my god. Someone help this poor man. What a terrible way to go. Momoka, what are you doing? I'm killing the bastard who killed my Hasuke. I will rip him limb from limb. So you're fine? I'm fine? I'm very fine. I'm gonna beat this asshole into a pulp. Momoka, calm down. He's not worth it. We gotta get out of here. The rain of blows finally comes to an end as footsteps fade into the distance. That other voice must have belonged to Kichise, the one who was Momoka. Yes, it was Kichise who took Momoka away. It must be her. Thank you, Kichise. You're my lucky star. The novice ninja gives Kichise his most sincere gratitude before passing out. Not that he's in any condition to verbalize it. He deserves it. Oh, never mind. He did kill the plant. Shirakusana music suddenly? Is it? Fucking absolutely destroyed. This is some really good characterization for Haruka. Fucking I will rip him limb from limb. I've been waiting for you. No one can stop you, even after all these years. Quit posturing. Your men have already scattered. I strolled right on in here. What business does the Aoni of Kinsekikai have with a man who's already finished? If you came to take revenge for yourself and Tessai, all you need to do is draw your sword. Hoshiguma shakes her head. Your crimes have been exposed on your own TV station. Your Dia member upstairs won't help you now, no matter how much bribe money he got from you. How he may try to cover up his ill-gotten gains is none of my business. It's enough for me that justice will be served for the people you actually killed. You almost sound like a cop. Well, I mean... Yeah, I've been working for the Lungmen police force. Are you serious? Yeah, I am. I want to laugh, but I'm not quite in the mood tonight. I thought the LGD was just a gimmick. I only came to do what I should have done when I took that step 20 years ago. Came to cut my last ties to Higashi. How do you intend to do that? You can't cut yourself off from your past. Karma and fate will always follow you. You could put them in chains, lock them in boxes, but they'll escape when you're least prepared, tear everything into pieces. The only thing you can cut is my throat. It would be nothing more than a formality if you did so. Nothing more than venting your anger. Yeah, a formality. Nothing I want from you or Mitsukue. All I want is a formality. A letter of excommunication. Tell all of Mitsukue that Hoshiguma no longer has anything to do with Mitsukue, the Kinseki Kai, or the Aoni Kaidan. The tall figure blinks, then begins laughing, wryly. I see Lungmen has indeed turned you into a cop, through and through. But I refuse. We have a better way of disassociating someone. Cross swords with me. Rebel against the Oyabun of the Kinseki Kai, and there will be no room left for the Kinseki Kai to treat you as one of us, no matter which one of us falls. Do we really have to do this? This is the true meaning of finishing unfinished business from 20 years ago. It's just... Mifune cast a glance around his office. I rather like this place, and it would be a shame if a mess was made of it. Let's go somewhere else. Dude, classic anime move. It's Goku. Let's go somewhere less populated. Where? Kajimachi. He raised it to the ground. Our memories remain, don't they? You're one twisted bastard. Let's go. Maybe we'll even catch the end of the fireworks show. That is such a Yakuza confrontation. Look how many of these guys there is. Wow. Who was that scare? Was that Momoka? Actually terrified. I'm just gonna bonk these. Oh yeah, here. His sword speaks not of honor or loyalty, only the obsession to cut away all obstacles in the way of the tide, even if he himself is destined to become a... Can't even read it fully. Music though. Oh, he's holding, his tail is wrapped around the sword. That's funny. Let's keep bonking these. This is the wrong hoshiguma, I just realized. I didn't realize I put in the wrong hoshiguma. Ah, whatever. Oh, heck. She does. Haruka does have a voice line where it's like, if I'm gonna fucking die anyway, I'm gonna fuck you up. Funny woman, must say. Oh, okay. Oh, he has a teleport shenanigan. Okay, understood. Oh, it comes out from here, okay. Might be small issue with his teleporting shenanigans. Sesso! Kenzan! Oh, right, the spinny guys. I was like, who the heck died? The spinny guys. Funny spin people. These things are just pushing the balls now. Can I get my other Hoshi back? Oh, he goes over here. He does extra loops. Maybe I need to let him loop a little bit more. Sure. I think she did say that, yeah. Hey, wait, this isn't a sword? I'm stupid. Damage, please. No, it was Haruka, yeah. Oh. The heck is this? Deal physical damage to all units within range and destroys certain fates. Okay. Interesting. He gave us like a item.
Tanti negoziati.
Oh, she appears again!
Sono da scartare, salvo un'esplosione di rosso autunnale.
Funny item? Oh, it does damage. That does damage to enemies as well. Did it do damage to him? I don't even know. She's coming over here? Ma'am, why are you coming over here? Actually, don't want to really put it there, do I? Does he not have the... Oh yeah, does he lose the teleport now? Ow. Funny spinny guys. That's a decent amount of damage, okay. Go on, Haruka, do your thing. Never mind, he does have a teleport still.
Tanti negoziati.
She...
Letale
Oh, he
la
is...
danza della dama elegante.
Get blasted.
Di rosso si tinge il fiore sottostante.
Funny spinny guys, though. Get Hoshi. We really just double Hoshi.
Letale la danza della dama elegante. Di rosso si tinge il fiore sottostante.
Mio survived longer. I don't manage to. My only worry is that he would teleport, and you know, that was my only worry. No, Madamoni, I can't let you go any further. I have to save him. Madamoni! There's no time, I'll only say once more, get out of my way. Are you really Madamoni? Is there any humanity left in you? She's speaking? What? Why wouldn't I be Madamoni? Shuji's dead! You killed him! Shuji? You're not Madamoni anymore, you're just an Oni. A vicious Oni, even. You would kill the brother you drank at the same table with, and you wouldn't even hesitate, as long as we're in your way. Could you kill me too, vicious Oni? Out of the way, Kotaro. Can't turn back. Must stop Kimbe no matter what. Vicious Oni! She instinctively raises her sword, pointing it in front of her. The man charges towards her, but the sword goes through his chest, as though he has intentionally impaled himself upon it. That was fucking stupid of him. Did he do it on purpose? Or did she parry his blade, then... Vicious Oni. Go to hell. Vicious Oni? Am I a vicious Oni? Oni? Oni, Oni, Oni? Oh. Blood fills her eyes, blinding her. She will cut down anyone who charges at her. She will strike back at any weapon that strikes at her. More cries, the sound of weapons cutting through the night, discombobulated sounds that blend into a single lump in her chest, beating with her heart, pulsing, until it fully synchronizes with her heartbeat, drowning out all other sounds. With an Oni mask on the floor as well. In the bloody haze, the vicious Oni keeps walking and killing, leaving behind a trail of blood and bodies, until she reaches the run-down shack and kicks the door open. There is no sound there. Oh. The vicious Oni stands at the door, cocking her head as though she's listening for some kind of sound coming from hell that humans cannot hear. Until she hears a trembling voice. Dead. Who's dead? The diet candidate is dead. Diet candidate is dead? The cries fade. The sound of weapons cutting through the air fades. The sound of heartbeat fades. All the sounds grow distant and fade. Only the voices from hell echo by her ear, clearer than ever. Oni. Vicious Oni. Go to hell. Or they're doing it in the long grass, like all good anime fights. This place. Pick this empty lot by the riverbank rather than those ruins along the way. They won't be distracted by the memories. No need to thank me. Good timing, too. Fireworks show isn't over yet. What? Getting cold feet now? New music? No. I just wanted to clear up everything before we started fighting. What else isn't clear? Only one thing. Where did your hatred come from? I ran to Tetsu at the TV station and heard from him what happened when Uncle Tessai died. Didn't have to be so cruel. I didn't know how he treated you all these years, but he must not have seen you as an adversary if you got as far as to turn him into a figurehead. Besides, I didn't think I did you any wrong. When I came back to Mitsukuya, all I wanted was to make sure that my sacrifice wasn't meaningless. Sacrifice? That's why you make me sick, you and Tessai. You're a fool, and he's an even bigger fool. If you really did accidentally kill the candidate, did you think he wouldn't know to frame me for it, since I was there too? He favored you, so I kept waiting for the day when he would make me take responsibility for the murder. Would have been the best result. He would protect his favorite, while eliminating a subordinate who had been going over his head. As for that little thing about killing one's brothers, what does it matter? Who would be foolish enough to speak up with Hanya in your hand and his support behind you? But he chose to cut ties with his favorite, choosing honor over family. How sickening. Did he really not know that the Oyabun of the Kinsekikai was the furthest thing from honor, or did he just pretend not to know? Honor is a personal thing. When a group of people start acting in the name of honor, they'll either fall apart or they're just dregs of society, fooling themselves. Tessa always liked to boast, talking about how Yakuza were pathetic outcasts that could only live under the protection of the syndicate. Retired veterans, hoodlums, gamblers, peddlers, orphans. Tessa united them under the banner of the Kinsekikai, hoping they would love each other like family. Forget everything before that night for a moment and let's just talk about what happened after the Diet candidate's death. She must have tried to blackmail me. Goda tried to undermine me, and Sanaguchi tried to exclude me as he once excluded you. Family? Nothing more than old Tessai's pipe dream. Besides, is it anything more than just an excuse for one's failure to fit into society? What do you say, Officer Hoshiguma? If what he said was true, then what are you, and what am I? If this is your idea of fitting into society, I'm glad I was the one who took responsibility. Finally, you're making sense, Officer Hoshiguma. You have no idea how lucky you are, using saying officer Hoshiguma. You took responsibility and left. I chose silence and stayed, cleaning up the mess that you and Tessai left behind. Or the public up in arms about the Yakuza killing a Diet candidate? Then spend money, build industries, and tread on your own dignity to butter up real Diet members. Getting hit by TV reports? Build your own media through crystalline industry. Change the image of the Yakuza. People starting to have designs on your burgeoning industry? Set your pride aside and cling to the people who have the most use of you. Run into someone that you can't soothe over? Then there's no choice. Eliminate them. When you're complaining about it? Then you choose it yourself? Yes, I chose it. I let my own weakness shut my own mouth that night. You chose the twisted path of shame and guilty conscience. Guilty conscience? Don't make me laugh, Officer Hoshiguma. The path I chose showed just how incompetent Tessai was, how hypocritical his honor was, and how close his Kinsekikai was to destruction. He was an incompetent, blind shogi player who began to abandon piece after piece for his precious Kinsekikais, changing time's friend to checkmate it. Your incident was just the beginning. The concept of Diet had just emerged, and he had already abandoned you. When the relationship between North and South was at its most delicate, he was foolish enough to buy weapons from Northern Corp factions, just to destroy a gang that was acting out of line in his eyes, one that had better weapons than the Kinsekikai. He didn't even have that much of a grudge against them, other than the fact that they had once harbored the wandering vicious Oni who killed his family. Ostensibly, he was taking revenge for his wife and son. Look what came of it. He abandoned Tetsuya's mother and turned Tetsuya against him. As for me, how many times would he have abandoned me, but for the fact that this lieutenant of his never believed in this honor of his for even a moment? I was proven right, time and again. He's no more than a pawn who thinks himself a king, charging blindly into the fray. Did he think promotion awaited? No, everyone else, friend or foe, was walking in the opposite direction. Nothing but a dead end waiting him at the end of the road. To hold back the tide for that fool, clean up his mess, all the while getting walked all over by him? I'd rather you had killed me in your madness that night. Happy now? Is that enough reason for you to bring your sword or shield to bear? I only have one question. Are you putting on an act? An act? I agree that he could have reinforced his position by putting the blame on you. I can understand why you say that the Oyabun of the Kinsekai is the furthest from honor. I believe you when you say you stemmed the tide of Kinsekai's destruction, and that you are angry at Uncle Tessai for being in the way. Then what do you want to say? I just don't know what to think anymore. It was you who brought me back to Kajimachi. It was you who tried to make me lose my reason and eliminate me once and for all. It was you who earned Tetsuya's fervent loyalty. It was you who made him witness his own father's death at your hands. It was you who cut off your own finger in front of Uncle Tessai. It was you who cursed his incompetence even unto his death. Your analysis was very clear, very rational. Fully understood what you were saying, how you got to this point. But the clearer and more rational it is, the less I could believe it. Is this really you? This is all one final act of madness, written and directed by yourself, so that I would believe that this is the kind of person you are. Uncle Tessai said you were faking it when you cut off your little finger that day in Kajimachi. I didn't believe it. But now I really want to know. How many fingers are there under your left glove? The Fidia freezes. He stares into Hoshiguma's eyes, as though waiting for her to avert her gaze. Realizing that it is pointless, he snorts and displays his left hand in front of him, before slowly removing his glove. A little finger made of machinery rather than flesh and blood trembles where the pinky should be. I want to tell you that the little finger I cut off had been with me for decades, but you wouldn't believe it, would you? Very good, very good. Of all the things you said, there's only one that has a little bit of value. Honor is a personal thing. Are you done? Yeah. If you got any men hiding out here, now would be a good time to holler for them. It's only me. No one in hiding, no traps, no tricks. It's the life of a media mogul, a politician's favorite, Oyabun of the Kinsekai, something to be taken so lightly. Mogul? Not for long. Politician? You made sure to put an end to that personally. Oyabun of the Kinsekai? Remind me who crashed the accession ceremony today? You think I've been acting? Congratulations, because I'm tired of it. I'm just a Yakuza. A Yakuza backed into a corner. If that's the only death I can have, then I would have a clean death. A beautiful death. You know, everything you've done up to this point was one big pile of dishonor. I'm not talking about honor, that rusty piece of trash floating around your and Tessai's heads. I'm talking about beauty. What's about to happen may not compare to making a son watch his father die for him, but you cannot deny there's a beauty to a duel by the riverside under the fireworks. The blood spilling on the banks, perhaps even a head flying in the air. Don't worry, Hoshiguma. In the event that I'm not the one who dies, I'll admit that you wrote a beautiful ending for yourself as a Yakuza. I don't need it. Funny for one reason. It's got my last ties with you, with the Kinsekai, with Mitsuko and with Higashi. Suit yourself. But how should I sing the song of your death in the event that it happens? Who did I kill? An Oni? An Oni. An Oni who has lost her home forever. Mifune says no more. He pulls his long sword, which seems far too long for most men, but just right for him. The blade is sharp as snow, but hidden in the night. Is snow sharp? A summer frost that should not be, that could fade away at any moment. I had a thought, Hoshiguma. The pompousness that had filled his voice up to this point is completely gone. Adjusting my voicing. When we were young, Tessai took us to watch the snow, here by this very riverside. I remember. He said, don't look down on yourself just because you're Yakuza. He said we're descendants of warriors. He said generations after generations of samurai since Shigekasu Onishobu have given their lives for loyalty and righteousness, and we are their legacy. He said that even without noble status, without power, without a liege to serve, even without the bloodline of warriors, loyalty and righteousness never die. The warrior's spirit never dies. Jingi, Jinkyo, honor in all its names. The warrior's spirit lives on even if it has fallen on hard times, even if it has become distorted, even if it has taken on many different names, even if no bonds of blood tie us. He was spewing nonsense, wasn't he? It was all an act, wasn't it? Mifune stares straight into Hoshiguma's eyes. You don't know the answer? There's only one thing that I know. Someone you hated so much would never put on an act for you. Sure enough. You trusted him and I trust you. I believe you when you say that Tessai didn't lie to me. I believe that we're the best last descendants of warriors here in Nanni Nanzai Mitsuke Oyashiro. As for the true-blooded warriors whose emblems are passed on from generation to generation, I suppose they're all speculating in real estate right now. Kimbe sneers. Opposite him, the blue flames of rage burn brightly around Hoshiguma. No longer does it burn for Kimbe, but bright it burns, almost burning through the brightly suffocating night of Mitsukuen. Whoa! Animations! And then, in the blink of an eye, it is over. The two stand with their backs towards each other, having swapped places in the exchange. Hoshiguma returns her sword to its sheath. Kimbe's figure drops lower and lower, until he falls to the ground, no longer able to stand. Yo. You're not injured at all? I have a slight cut on my face. What about me? I can feel myself bleeding, Hoshiguma, but I don't want to look. Tell me, how much time do I have left? I don't know. I think there'll be someone here soon after I leave. I think you'll live a pretty long time. Why didn't you kill me? You and I have nothing to do with each other anymore. There'll be other people to judge you for Uncle Tessai and Momoko. All these years, at the end of it all, you won. No, I lost. Completely. You hate the way of this city so very much. I just don't recognize it anymore. It's no longer my home, that's all. Sayonara. We won't meet again. Hoshiguma turns and walks towards the ruins of Kajimachi. Lying on the ground, Kimbe casts his eyes towards the other side of the river as he feels the cold of his own blood leaving his body. The noise and commotion look down coldly on the empty shores on this side, which will soon become much shinier and brighter. It's just a bunch of drunk people. The one-horned Oni walks past the ruins of old buildings, past the indifferent bustle of the entertainment district, past the foe who had crossed swords with her a moment ago, and into the glaring dark night. A cool breeze blows from behind, bringing fresh liberation and sounds that do not belong to the present. Going to the summer fair with her father, and the unscrupulous yatai owner giving her a net made of the flimsiest paper for scooping fins. That summer night after her father's passing, she licked the apple candy Tessai gave her that did not seem right for her age. The throwing rings that seemed too juvenile for her, but which could never seem to hit their mark, as though they were imbued with some sort of arts. Going to the shooting store with the holy city of Laterano sign that only had cheap stuff after getting drunk with her Kinsekikai brothers. She takes one step after another towards these scenes of Higashini's summer nights. But they are ghosts of the past, brushing by her, fading into the distance like the one she has defeated. And the fireworks. The fireworks of Higashi's summer nights, which she may never have a chance to see again. Oh. Sparkler. So you didn't see any of the fireworks at all? Basically. What, you missed the entire fireworks show? Yep. Such a shame. Well. Yo! At least you'll see this. I couldn't find any fireworks that nice. All I found on Interstreet was small stuff like this. Don't be sad, okay? I feel like you saw at least some of it. It was right there. Why would I be sad? I'm so relieved to hear that. A surprise encounter with someone wearing a surprising smile on her face and carrying a surprising gift. Hoshiguma feels tears coming to her eyes. Tiny fireworks in front of her seem brighter than the rest of the city combined. It's beautiful. Fleeting, but beautiful. Where are the others? Kichise, Sarasa, Moriuchi, and Tetsuya. Kichise and Moriuchi-san are being questioned by that tired-looking cop. They should be coming out soon. Sarasa suddenly fell asleep 1 block before we ran into the cop. She told us to just leave her there. By the time I talked to the cops and went back for her, she was nowhere to be seen. Perfect. As for Tetsuya, I have no idea. Oh, we should also let the police know that Kimbe is still lying on the riverbank and someone should go and get him. They're already headed over. There you are. What are you doing? Host your own fireworks show? Looks like it. We have some here who missed the entire thing after all. Gotta make it up for somehow, right? Yo, dog! This is... Kami-sama? What's the matter, Hoshiguma? Something happened? No, nothing. Just imagining things. Good fortune ahead. It seems that the Kami smiled at her. Or perhaps, has always been smiling. The figure begins to fade and the firework that Momoka is holding is close to going out. The last sparks fade into the darkness. Classic Japanese summer night. Eyes. Mental acquired. And then of course our epilogue. I forgot the slash marker, multiple whatever, it doesn't really matter. Wayfarer. She's a wayfarer at home. She has found her home as a wayfarer. Ah, right. She's a wayfarer at home. She's... Yeah. Oh, Langman! Ma'am, why are you still in your summer outfit? Why are you in beach outfit? Really? She wrote just one line? What would I get from lying to you? I have it right here if you want to read it yourself. I heard you pissed Neaje off so bad that he just up and Zaomai. That's it. Not even a sign off. Found that funny? Suddenly Chinese. It's a beach outfit, okay? It's a very fancy swimsuit thingy. She's not in a summer event area. This is Lungmen. She's in the middle of a city. One, I didn't know she was capable of pulling off a cursive script when speedwriting. Two, did you not set the record straight after she personally slapped this letter onto your head, Commissioner Swire? Sticky rat, do you think I would have come looking for you if she weren't avoiding me like the plague? Didn't have to. Less we see each other, the better. You! I hereby declare this last fin ball in your bowl is now mine. Go ahead, consider it consolation for my inaccurate assumption. You really love to understate things, don't you? How do you want me to rephrase it then? You clashed head-on with your grandfather New Siesta? Can't say I falsely accused you of that, can you? Though, you think I should go have a chat with Hoshiguma? You should, but it's not appropriate for you to do so. I know she's been avoiding me, and only calls me by my official title when she has to, but I'm sure we haven't become estranged or anything like that. After all, she needs to keep a low profile and avoid rousing any suspicion after all that's happened. Plus, she misunderstood me and is kind of awkward about it now, and one of her elders has passed too. She's not that sensitive. Really? Well, she can be quite sentimental sometimes. Well, not really. How do I describe that? Wait for Chen Huiche to come back. Maybe she can help you brainstorm your answer. What I mean is, her current behavior might not be from overthinking. She's merely trying to mess with you. Carlos, you stinking rat! Stinking rat! We're as thick as thieves, Hoshiguma and I, but she's not one bit as cunning and petty as you. You can't be thick as thieves, you're police. I appreciate the compliment. They're so tsundere to each other. The polycule. Thank you for the omiyage, Inspector Hoshiguma. No thanks necessary. While you were in Higashi, I happened to visit the Jiangxi Jiangbing shop quite a few times and began to enjoy the taste of scallion. Heard you encountered many unpleasant events in Mitsuke. I'm touched you still bothered to bring something back for me after all that. It's what I ought to do anyways. Besides, I did stir up quite a ruckus in Mitsuka. I'd be sorry if the mess had affected you, Mr. Wei, or even Lungman. Not at all. What I have heard people talk about is your wisdom and courage. Not only cleared your own name, but also avenged Tessai-san, who was as a father to you. Kimbe was never a good man. Only natural for him to be arrested and put on trial. Fortunate for him that you have a good heart and didn't take his head. Still have a question for you. No need formalities, just ask. You weren't this shy last time when I was riding a little fast and you sideswiped me to force me to slow down. Actually, ever since I came back from Mitsuka, I've been thinking. Lungman and Mitsuka, what's the difference between the two? How can I declare myself a Lungmanite with no hesitation, but I can't seem to consider Mitsuka my home any longer? Because Mr. Min manages the triads well? Because Lungman has no so-called kami? No, that can't be it. Hoshiguma, the most important thing in a city is the people, real living residents. People have dreams, and the dreams determine what sort of stories will happen within the boundaries of the city. I mean, Lungman has long since awoken from the dream Mitsuka is still in. Fortunately, you managed to make some good friends over there. Probably the best part of my experience in Mitsuka. Isn't that good enough? I have a bizarre story to share with you too, Inspector. What is it? I've heard that near to Mitsuka, in Himedo City, a young Kyokaku has appeared. He keeps his face hidden. Though his swordplay isn't stellar, he still managed to overpower his enemies with just a bokuto in hand. This young man who seemed ordinary eliminated a gang that had been committing fraud in the city for years. According to him, he walked all the way from Mitsuka to Himedo, would rest no more than a few days there before embarking for the next city. I hope his journey goes well. One more thing, which isn't as strange, but has something to do with you. Police officer dismissed from his post in Mitsuka is now planning to run for diet office. You think the old cop will make it? What's a 99%? No. But should one just quit simply because it's difficult to achieve? 99% no. Okay, yeah. True. Right, that's enough chatting for today. We're pretty much done with the jambing too. Time for the next round to begin. I did notice you switched to a new ride today. My old pal won't give in without a fight. Didn't expect the pressure to settle in before I started my engine, Inspector. This is funny if Fumizuki is also just a biker. Could it be your attire today? 30%, maybe. Here, Chico up daikon and bird and beast tendon. How's the talent agency stuff going? Good? Good and bad, it's coming along nonetheless. Glad to hear that. You cried so much when Hoshiguma left, I thought you'd leave Mitsuka for Lungman too. I wasn't that down bad. I know what they meant, but it's not a bit. It's like a Freudian slip in translation. It's like I'm supposed to be. I'm not that sad, but I wasn't that down bad. Damn, you just came out saying it. Hoshiguma had her reasons to go, and I have my reasons to stay. Momoka-san, I see you've already gained the air of a professional negotiator, and in such a short time. Save it. Slurp. Ah, it's hot. Easy, there's no need to rush. It's hot, but it tastes so good. You know, I might have to leave the city for a bit. Turns out Rhodes Island Hoshiguma mentioned? That's right. I know that Momoka name is already bound to tight to me, down to my bones. But I still think maybe in a place where no one knows Momoka Hanyu, Haruka Shino could live a little life of her own. Hoshiguma will recognize you at least. Don't cut in, I'm being serious. Alright. Who knows? I might visit too. Make a few more friends myself. You have already. You're on my account. Maruchi-san, how long do you think we can live like this? What's with the sudden topic change? Don't really get what you mean. I can't explain it, but I feel like days like these are numbered. I'm even more confused. I mean, how'd I put it? Hinta Street is full of people every night. Skyscrapers in Kajimachi are almost finished. Walk down the street and 9 out of 10 people are talking about how housing prices are going to go through the roof. Even though they just built a bunch of buildings? All my shows have sold out in a single night, and I shake hands with fans until I grow calluses on my palms. I get a feeling this will all come to an end pretty soon. What do you mean? War? An attack from the Northern Court? They might not have to make the first move. They might be drawn into this by us. Oh, someone's calling. Business? No, it's Kichise. It could still be business. They build buildings for rich people. Not true. Momoka, big news. What is it? Did the real estate market crash? No! Huh? You still asleep? Didn't that new project hit a fresh high today? How could it crash? It's about Sarasa. Sarasa? Did she leave Mitsuka soon after Tetsuya? She sent me a letter with her family crest on it. It's the Nishigori's. The Nishigori from the Northern Court's 4 great clans? She said she had fun in Mitsukuya, but the noise we made might have been a bit too loud, so she went back to Kusarika to hide from her family for a bit. Said she'd come back to look for us once it's safer. How's that for big news? That's pretty big. She mentioned you too. Said she knows you're starting a talent agency. She'd join if it takes off. By agency? To be an idol? The princess of the Nishigori clan? Momoka, shh. A northerner, not just any northerner. Nope. Right. What happens to her? If there's nothing else, there's no rush. The work is consistent, most of them, Mifune. Kinseki are under you now, but the Kinseki group remains a hot potato with few willing to take over. Have you any interest in picking up his scraps and giving the Kinseki another chance? No, sir. Indeed, picking up his legacy is rather easy in theory, but who knows how many hardships stand in the way. You intend to remain like this for the rest of your days? Gang leader for a group that has lost their home turf? I'm just creating a home for people who fell off society's ladder and doing a bit of cleanup work. Besides, there's no way I can possibly drag this on forever. Mitsukuya no longer needs the Kinseki. I've had enough of both the Kinseki and the Kinseki group. I came here today not only fulfill Mifune-san's promise to you, but to also inform you I have tried my best to deal with the Kinseki's aftermath, and now I bid my farewell. You've made up your mind, so I won't insist on changing it. Good. Excuse me. Alas, a beautiful haze, but a hard oyster than the fields of Ursus. I was trying to be kind, but she just wouldn't appreciate it. How rare. Forget it. Let's take a look at the goods. The paunchy Diet member stands up in the luxurious reception room and walks toward a small door at the back. Shockingly, the room past the door holds no confidential documents or precious metals. Bereft of even entertainment facilities, it merely looks like a simple, sloppy room of a local. Other than the old pachinko machine in the center of the room. Having escaped destruction in Kajimachi, it is now connected to a dedicated circuit, emitting light and distorted music. The Diet member, who appeared quite dignified earlier, is jumping at the chance to have a try at the machine. He lifts a huge basket of pachinko balls from the ground right before he inserts them into the machine. A voice sounds from behind it. Got your wish? Yes, Kami-sama. Thank you for your blessings. I'm finally content. Thank you for showing up at my humble home for after so long. Stayed with me so many years, it suddenly vanished the other day. I was so worried. Thought you had abandoned me. Ah, happy returns. The Diet member is just a gambling addict. The Kami swiftly pounces on the top of the machine. Ominous cat. All that trouble just for this machine? Sure enough, I mean, I wouldn't have achieved all this without this machine. All thanks to your blessings. I don't remember ever blessing you with anything. If you didn't help me in recent years, your aid from 20 years ago is enough for the rest of my life. That again? Indeed, incident that turned me from a useless dreg into an impressive member of society. Told you before that had nothing to do with me either. I don't believe you. Think about it. What sort of loser was I back then? Jobless hikikomori, unwilling to study or work. To borrow a trendy word for today. Ah yes, a neat. Actually put in all those words as well. Every day I begged my mother for coin to get a few pachinko rounds. If I won, I'd consider myself lucky that day, or unlucky otherwise. But that day my destiny changed. I saw you on the streets. Did nothing but wins that day. Pachinko balls flowed freely like water, and I even ran out of trays to carry them all. And then I won a fortune, big enough to start a business on Nita Street. It's just pachinko balls after all. There's no way I could win more than the house. But you showed up, and it proved to me I was no longer a loser. From that day on, I believe strongly I was blessed with fortune by you, looked after by a kami. Had I not gone blessed by you, how could I have won so much of pachinko and used the earnings to speculate and profit till today? I blessed you? Of course. Why is this cat so fucking spooky? Past few days you were gone, yes? I went through so many hurdles. Asked that Kimbe to bring me back my pachinko mean. A simple job, no? I couldn't give the order directly, so I said, take over Kajimachi, come up with a redevelopment plan, bring back this pachinko machine on the way back, because I have ties to it. Then everything went to shit. Kajimachi gangs, the Longman cop, and even Kimba's own artist. What a mess it was. The machine was almost lost to the chaos, too. Sakurana, something happened to this machine, you blessed. At what point is there turning that piece of rotten land by the river into Mitsuka's commercial center? It was all for a fucking pachinko machine. Is the ice is ominous as well? Fucking, I mean, I feel like this cat might... It's not just me, but the whole of Mitsuka too. All of Southern Court is under your watch, which is why we're developing so fast and how our property prices are soaring, right? Northern Court bumpkins are scrunching up their faces in anger, but they can't do anything about the fact you don't want to go over there. With you watching over us, we will surely improve, for... A drop of sweat slid down his face. Not from nervousness, but his passion has gotten him heated up. For eternity! And the kami looks down at him from the top of the machine. Down at this secretly purchased 30-floor high-luxury apartment with VIP exclusive elevators. Down at the almost 100-meter high building, down at the clamor and chaos of Mitsuku. And then it speaks a line it was tired of repeating, yet rarely taken seriously. What does any of that have to do with me? The kami jumps out of the tiny room, but the diet member who finally succumbed to his want for a pachinko game does not notice its exit. He will never see the kami ever again after this day. I think the implication is that he's gonna get fucked. He's gonna lose all his money. So all that shit was because this fucking guy needed his lucky pachinko machine. And then he gets it, and will now lose everything. How long have they been talking? 3 hours at least, and there's no signs of its ending. Can I go to the bathroom real quick? Don't even think about running away. You do know that you caused a huge commotion in Mitsuku, attracting 2 of the 8 major family heads and even nearly caused a dispute between the North and South, do you? Forget about my old man. At least that old deer from the Kano can't do anything to you. You're a priest after all. Even if you're not one of the 8 great clans, your bloodline's pretty... Enough. You may no longer want to live, but you shouldn't drag your friends down with you. What? You even sent them letters saying you were planning to hide in Kusarikawa? Would have been in danger right now if you weren't here. Performing dogeza. Didn't you promise Morgan and the rest you'd risk your life to keep theirs safe? Sure, you're a good man, so you're so eager to help and just going to the bathroom. Enough praises. The Kano and Nishigori heads will be out here soon, and it'll all be fine if you stay. If you run... Are you hungry? I have some chikua here. You can have them if you want. Arigato. They're scolding the child. I guess people that did also still want the gang, etc. But like... Kanushi-sama, I heard the shrine clergy mention you have a daughter? Yes, I do. She's a little younger than you. Are you as harsh with her as you were to me? The priest is momentarily stunned, then looks at Sarasa as she is a creature he cannot communicate with. Me? Harsh with Lisa? What are you thinking? I mean, didn't she run away like I did? I'm still in Higashi, but she ran all the way to Sirakusa. About that. Ingrid can explain the whole thing to you if you meet her. Yeah, it's a bit different than ran away. The door suddenly opens. Fortunately, Sarasa noticed earlier the flickering light coming from the door gap and returns to her dogeza pose right on time. The priest immediately catches on and straightens his back with head bowed, standing to the side. Now then, allow me to once again apologize to you and the Kano clan on behalf of the Nishigori clan. We're extremely sorry for the trouble caused by our failure to discipline our younger generation. Please, there's no need to exaggerate. The important issues are all settled, and I would like to thank your daughter for providing this opportunity for us to hold this discussion in person. Mitsuku has an incompetent diet member who allows violent gangs to run rampant, and your daughter merely acted in the name of justice. What wrong has she committed? As for the kami's whereabouts, if I may be so bold, I believe it is best to leave them to appear on their own terms for now. The 2 clan leaders slowly stroll through the shrine's garden and towards the exit of the divine grounds, as if they have not noticed the 2 standing and kneeling behind them. So, we're out of trouble? Technically, yes. It's time to head home, Sarasa. The old Ager casually calls out as he stands under the torii gate. Sarasa freezes on the spot, her flushed cheeks from the joy of having gotten herself out of trouble turning pale. She raises her head to look up at the little patch of sky encircled by the shrine, closes her eyes and clenches her fists in a position where she believes her father cannot see. Then, she puts on an obedient and emotionless expression as she follows her father's steps out of the shrine grounds. Some teasing for future stuff, and obviously, the whole, Kanushi mentions Ingrid, so we know who the daughter is, of course. Because I guess, yeah, like technically, if you went into this just reading, if you didn't know anything, did the music change? The music changed, didn't it? Yeah. Lobby change. Oh shit, yes. Lobby change. Wow, wow, wee, wow. Wow, wow, wee, wow. Was it a little bit of like, Western in there? Oh yeah, they just tease us. Cause yeah, the thing is, if they didn't actually like, if you didn't, essentially get spoiled that, oh hey, by the way, this is Suzuran's dad. You probably could put it together because you look at her and it's like, oh, it's a priest, they have 9 tails and all that. You'd probably put it together. But technically, right until the end there, where you get Ingrid said by him, it could be like, oh wait, it's him. Like in theory, that's when some might put it together. If you didn't have like the spoilers of, oh, this is him. Spoiled by Japanese Twitter when his event released 2 days ago by a meme. Brother, I got spoiled 6 months ago when it hit CN, and then it instantly got posted. Just his sprite and Suzuran's dad? You managed to dodge it? I did not. Absolutely not. Yeah, cause, yeah, people knew before maintenance ending just because, data mined sprites and then you look at the name of the sprite and shit, I think. Or just the text that you get from the data mine. So yeah, it was literally like on Twitter before the update was even out on CN, which is like... Of course. Okay, yeah, apparently the... Yeah, it is. Lobby is now random or something. Let's see if we can actually get both of them. Okay, yep. Oh, yeah, it does actually have a... Yeah, it is a different intro as well, since they're in different positions. And yeah, some of the movies and Western movies are weirdly similar. Weird, like, 2 sides of the same coin. Did it imply that the cat kami had some influence with the luck of both Matsuo and the Diet member? Maybe, like, it was mainly just because it was like kind of the cat kami just looked insanely suspicious there at the end, right? Right? So it's like, yeah, there's a bunch of Easter eggs on the lobby or the stages screen. It's like, it's just the cat ends up being like super fucking suspicious at the end there. And it's like, is that really all there is to the cat? Is it just, what it is on the surface of it's there when you have money and happiness and then it leaves? But then, like, is it implying that somehow, like, what the cat does is that it goes to someone, gives them a bunch of luck, and then once they have, like, loads of money, leaves to watch them crash and burn? But indeed, it might also just be that it's like they're sort of No, I know that they inspired each other, Char, yes. Which is why it wasn't that strange, but they really did put in the Western music. Or it is just indeed that the kami are just kind of tired of everything being attributed to them when they just kind of hang around. But then it's the whole thing of like, that has nothing to do with me, or whatever it said, the exact line. It was just the presentation of the cat in that moment was just so like, is this cat fucking evil? Why is it getting this energy? To the point where it's like, is there more here than meets the eye? Like, are we gonna learn something about the kami later on, you know? Because obviously, also like, when you think of the existence of these kami, you actually do have to start thinking a bit further because it's Arknights, right? Because it's Arknights, you have to actually think of it like, it's not just like, oh, you know, it's Japan, so they have these kami, right? And that's it. It's like, no, there's some fucking reason that they exist. Just like the Fahrenmuts and the Beast Lords and everything, right? It's like, where'd they come from? What are they? What actually is the thing behind the kami? It's Arknights. They don't just exist just because. Because obviously they are quite beast lordy in that way. So is there like some upper beast lord and the kami are like little minor bits of it or something? So what does that have to do with me? Sounds rhetorical, but it might have a non-rhetorical answer it never gets. Maybe. I don't know. It was just the presentation of that cat in that moment was so crazy sussy. They went crazy. Dude, it was literally the angle of when an anime character goes insane. It was that camera angle. So, and then like the red eye and everything is like, with apparently ominous in kanji. It's like, huh? Why is this cat so fucking suspicious? Actual Amaterasu shows up, right? Like Amaterasu would end up being like almost like a Fairmouth level thing, but fisheye army angle from the anime, yeah. Anyway, decent event. I don't think it's like anything super special. It's mainly if you like some of the characters is good, and obviously it's our first look at Higashi stuff, which kind of carries it a little bit. But I don't think it does anything like super special. But it's also sort of fairly good standalone. You don't need to know too much. Like, there's not a it's a standalone thing, so you don't actually have to like, it's setting up Higashi stuff and so on. So you don't actually need to know like huge bouts things to just like hop into it. I know, yeah, the vibes and aesthetics and everything, however, are fucking peak. And yeah, it is nice to also sometimes return to events that are like smaller scale, where it's just like actually one city or something. No mention of Rhodes until the very end, where Hoshiguma is like, hey, you could visit Rhodes. I don't think Rhodes has to be mentioned all the time. I think that's one of the like benefits and strengths of some Arknight stories, is that Rhodes doesn't necessarily have to be like much involved. Though then it sometimes makes it a little funny and awkward when they have to kind of mention Rhodes at the very end because, you know, we have new operators in the gambling. So then you get this like sort of like, okay, but we kind of have to mention Rhodes, just like a little bit. Just so we can make these characters playable. With Hoshi, obviously it worked. With Hoshi, it was like, there was no problem with Hoshi. He was, you know, she existed already. But yeah, like Haruka and Momo, and then Kichise and Moriuchi, that had to be like, these people have to know about Rhodes so that we justify them being playable. But yeah, indeed, Haruka like the justification for Haruka like becoming an operator and so on, not the strongest, at least based on the event. Maybe her files do it like, you know, add to it, but like, yeah, just from the event, it's like, why is she an operator? Other than that she was a, you know, a central character, and thus she's playable. Why can't they also recruit Mia? She's busy, she's still doing stuff, okay? I guess so is Haruka, but you know. I guess. Oh yeah, it's a 3-week event. Oh yeah, do we have... We have EX and S's? Yep. EX and S's. She's an operator for gameplay gacha reason, exactly. That's the thing, it's just like then, you know... The justification of making her, you know... Since all the playable people are also in-lore operators, there needs to be like that extra connection to actually attach them to it, instead of just like, here's characters, they are playable. Oh yeah, EX and CC4 are same day as well. And which obviously, and both of them are a day after Enfield is out. Very silly. It's also the day that I'm away. That's Friday, and that's the day I have to go away for the weekend. Scamarino'd. There's so much stuff, man. It's so busy. And dear God, there was the Limbo stuff as well. Oh yeah, Enfield pre-download should be tomorrow, actually. Actually, like, in like some hours now that I think about it. It's just the 20th, like, morning China time, I think. It's actually, yeah. Pre-download should be up, like, within, I think, 12 hours, pre-download should be up. Probably sooner. I need to be, because it needs a space to pre-download. I think it might have been, like, I think it was maybe 9 a.m. China time or something. I mean, I think in the stream, I think it literally had the time of when pre-download is up, so. I think it was like 9 a.m. CN time that it was up. Which is like, yeah, like 3 a.m. my time or some shit. Which I think is also game release time, is it? Like actual server open time as well? So it is like a full 24 or 48 hours before. Also, yeah, like, there's so many people where it's just like, man, having to like juggle their installs to have space for stuff. Like, damn. Get some space or something, like, damn. On a phone, I can kind of understand, but also actually on modern phones, how much stuff do you have? How many games do you have to have installed to like not have space on your phone, unless it's like an older phone which has like a limited amount of space? But like even a phone in the last couple of years, I feel like by default has like 100-something gigs. So unless you have like lots of the very big games installed, it's like, damn, where your space, man? And then the thing is, if you have so many gacha games on your phone that your phone is full, your storage is full, you have a bigger problem. Your problem is having that many gacha games that apparently you're playing. What you doing? Get help. Unless indeed it's like an old phone that for some reason has very little space. On PC, I'm living on 1 terabyte storage and every game's like 100 gigabytes these days. This is somewhat true. It is like on PC, a terabyte really is like not much these days. Yeah, we just finished, Julio, yeah. Just finished. Like 10 minutes ago. How was it? It was decent. I don't think it's anything super special. Unless you really like the characters. There's some good character interactions. But like, some of the plot and stuff overall is just kind of, I don't know, sort of average-ish. Just kind of average Arknights story. Until Mio will return. I mean, yeah. The Mio and Sarasa and so on. You know, they obviously set up some future stuff. Who knows when we'll actually get a continuation, but they did set some stuff up at least. But okay. Yeah, there really wasn't much Tetsuya screen time now. Tetsuya's also... There's a bunch of characters who didn't really get to really be fleshed out that much, because it was fairly, like, shortish. And obviously there was, you know, a focus on the Hoshi and Momoka stuff. But yeah. So it was decent. But yeah, I don't think it does really anything, like, super special out there. Like, Arknights has far better stories out there as well. But the vibes and the aesthetics and music and stuff like that, on point as usual. Peaking, one might even say. I mean, our next stream, I think, is gonna be Wednesday/Thursday. Because essentially, next stream is gonna be, I'll be up like an hour or two before, like, Enfield servers are supposed to open is, I guess, when I'll, like, maybe boot up stream. Which is middle of the fucking night, my time. This people jam. Well, it depends, though. It depends. Considering what possibly Hoyo had to do with their new game region because of it, they might want to be safe at least for a night, for a little bit at least. But obviously the thing is that they have like fucking probably a year's worth of events planned already anyway. And it might not have been, because you know, we usually don't get, like when they, for example, they have like a new area like Higashi. And they have like the first event in an area or something. We usually don't get the continuation to that possible plot line like over a year later anyway. It usually takes more than a year for like a new setup to be followed up on anyway. Like Minos, for example, right? We had the Pepe event, which had some Minos stuff. I was like, oh, Minos event soon? And then it took over a year and a half for Minos to hit. So it usually takes them a bit until they continue a storyline anyway. When they like open up a new one. Unless it's then ones like, you know, because then there's more consistent ones like, you know, Chinese New Year is the most consistent one because it's, you know, every year at the same event. Right? Like that's one that's always kind of directly continuing. But otherwise it's always kind of like, it's not like you get a continuation every year. Because yeah, for global is indeed global, we have some gameplay events. Then there's the Ave Mujiga collab, and then it is like chapter 16, isn't it? For our next events. And then after that, after chapter 16 is Silver Ash. Or the next Kierag event. So yeah, Prince. Well, yeah, chapter 16, that's the weird. Chapter 16 is weirdly soon, but obviously it's supposed to be like right before Silver Ash event. Will we be having these events early, or will they be like... Because obviously we've actually indeed caught up a bit on the time scale now. So I guess we'll see what our event order and speed ends up being. Oh, but we have a bunch of gameplay events, though. Yeah, we have a bunch of gameplay events. But yeah, there won't be any, like, new... Oh, but some of the gameplay events after Chapter 16? Yeah, with Chapter 15, you can see the gameplay being tied more to story. Well, kind of. Well, in chapter 15, especially on like some of the latter bits, you know, where they have like entire stages that are like that and so on. But yeah, maybe new CN events do more of it. Because yeah, there's Rebuilding Mandate is one of them. Then obviously we have CC. We also have Stronghold Protocol Part 2 at some point. So we do have like and I think that was before chapter 16. Wait, is there a new icebreaker as well? And there's a whole bunch. Let's check real quick. Where's the event? Upcoming. Not very complete. It's not showing the CN list. Here's the CN list again. I can never remember how to find the CN event list. Look above. Above the two list. Oh, main article. Main article. Because here's rebuilding. Here's rebuilding. And then it's chapter 16. And then it's icebreakers. Obviously we have the, and then, you know, the CC, collab, rerun, rebuilding, then chapter 16. Then icebreaker. So icebreaker, and again, icebreaker doesn't overlap with chapter 16 that much. And then retracing. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up getting like icebreakers before chapter 16 or something. If they would like switch some of the stuff around. I don't know. Or that we get Stronghold before we get retracing. Just if they're trying to keep retracing, you know, if they want to have this 3 months down the line, they might not actually have like, you know, enough events if they just keep the same order. I wonder if they'll actually like put something ahead of schedule. The Stronghold is here. Okay, Stronghold was, however, after. Okay, for some reason I was like, it was like before Silver Ash, but no, it was after Silver Ash. Dude, unrealized realities. Actually, kind of like, didn't see almost anything about this event. Maybe I just avoided, you know, successfully actually avoided spoilers and stuff. Then other trials, then Minos, then yeah. And obviously very soon on CN there will be... Actually, isn't the next like story event on CN? Should be like next month should be next Chinese New Year event for CN. And we obviously at some point we should also have the stream for it as well. I wonder when that's gonna be. Too much stuff. So much stuff. But for now, you met someone with the limited. We're like fucking Chen alter. There's been hints. But yeah, so pretty much we'll be back. The next stream will be Enfield release on Wednesday, Thursday night. Very silly. For Suya event, yeah. Oh, wait, limited, right. I was just thinking of the limited banner. No, Chen would be like the non-limited. And then there's obviously the Sui. It's one of them. It's one of the Suis. Whoever's left. I guess it could be Yi in theory. That's the one that, you know, is like present in some way right now. Could be just Yi. If he's going to be playable. But thank you for coming, thank you for watching, thank you for chatting, thank you for lurking. Join the Discord if you want to. And yep, next time will be Wednesday, Thursday night for Enfield. Very silly. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Some reason my eyes are really tired. Back.